Because too young, because not experience, and unfortunately for them, they have been all wrong. All the ones, you know, that they have the truth and they have the answer for everything. So in English, I would say F off to all of them.
Who will be there?
Do you care though?
Who will be there?
Easy! Don't forget, chat. Mariska out, man. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Mariska out, indeed.
Boys and girls. Servette. Servant, servettes, and everything in between. Big up to every single... Yo. The reggaeton beat. You guys don't hear it right now. Oh, my days. Okay. Big up to every single one of you. Welcome, welcome. Ladies and gents, Chelsea, I can't do this. Chelsea have completed football. Chelsea have completed the set. Europa League champions, Champions League champions, and now Conference League champions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your match review for Real Betis 1, Chelsea 4. Hold that, Betis. Hold that, Anthony. Hold that, Isco. Hold that, Fornals. Hold that, Adrian. Hold that. Everyone hold that. All you haters, hold that. Listen, this is the only time I'm going to be shameless about this. After today, I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be in this competition ever again. I think everyone here agrees. But, ladies and gents, welcome to your match reaction. And I'm accompanied by the lovely panel of Real Chicken Nugget Chris, Scott, CP, The Bridge Nation Station, and RSM TV. I am your host, Marshall DBDX, Casually FC, Casually, whatever the hell you feel like calling me today. We're here to celebrate that we won a trophy, celebrate that we had a better season than Arsenal, celebrate that we had a better season than Man City. And yeah, you know what? We have a trophy to show for it, and those guys have nothing to show for it. So we're here to be shameless. As always, guys, be sure to smash up the like button if you haven't done so already. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Trophies in the chat if you just won a trophy with your team. Trophies in the chat if you have one at all. Let's get those trophies in the chat. But also, apple juice for those of you guys who indulge. I am going to indulge today.
Indulge indeed.
I'm going to enjoy this because the rivals were watching us in hopes that we would fail. And you know what? Cheers to the rivals. You know, you helped us push through this. Cheers, Anthony. You know, hey, cheers, cheers, Ahmed. Cheers, the panel. Cheers, the okay. Ahmed had a little bit of you know. Little technical difficulties right there, but cheers to everyone. Cheers to the chat. Cheers to Chelsea. He can't pour a drink. Mind you, he wants to read the tweets in the next Casually FC. I do this while under the influence of apple juice, and I still read them pretty well. But all right, we're gonna have you do it, Ahmed.
Listen, do it. let's make me let me do it, bro. It just
Yeah, we'll
literally
do it,
just
we'll
I'm
do it, we'll
over
do it.
pissed.
We'll do it. But yeah, trophies in the chat if you want a trophy today, ladies and gents. But yeah, big up to every single one of you. Now, enough of me dilly-dallying and talking. I got to get to the quick summary of the match. So I'm going to go ahead and get on to that. And you know what? I think today's match, I think we can all agree everything just happened really fast in the second half. It was one after the other. It was hard to keep track. So I'm going to do my best to really try to encapsulate what happened. So first half, we see the lineup. No Reece James in the lineup. Lavia wasn't in it for obvious reasons. He's not in the roster, as well as Wesley Fofana, and there's another player that's not in the roster. Nicholas Jackson, first start since he got suspended, so it was kind of a odd seeing him again. But regardless, he was in the team, and no Levi Colwell. It was a center back pairing of Chalaba and Badiashile. Jurgensen keeps his position in the goalkeeper. KDH didn't get a start, but we had a few options in the bench, and we did see them come out and make a difference into the game. So Betis kind of come at us. It was a little bit of a basketball game in the beginning. You could tell nerves were kind of getting in the way of players and stuff. It was a final, you know. It was I think it was an attendance of almost 40,000 people. Which it is what it is. It's conference league. You're not expecting 80,000 or tremendous numbers. But regardless, it did mean a lot for the Real Betis players. And I think for a few of the Chelsea players in there that haven't experienced a trophy or a final, I think it meant a lot for them as well. But you could tell in the beginning, Nani, struggling on his side, creating but not making good decisions. I think Jackson was absent. Malo Gusto, we'll talk about him, but absolutely horrible performance, and pretty much at fault for the first goal. Passes the ball to the opposition and then fails to get back in position in time, leaving space for Isco finds the pass, leaving space for Ezazuli. Is that his name? Ezazuli? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Pardon me on that one.
I think it's Azul.
Ezazul, because there's an I at the end. Well, Ezazul. So he ends up scoring the first goal, and Chelsea were taking on some pressure, and Malo Gusto was really struggling on his side. That was the horrendous part of it. It wasn't the first time. We got lucky on a second chance where on a better day Betis scores it, but Betis end up not scoring it. But Malo Gusto was not in his position, and easily the worst player of the match in this game, even though he got hooked at halftime. But he gets hooked. Reece James comes back in, starts making a difference in the game. You can start seeing that the game's a little more controlled now. They're not creating nearly as many chances. It's a little bit more suppressed from Real Betis. And yeah, then all of a sudden Chelsea get an opportunity. We started creating a few more chances, but Chelsea start to wake up, and we create a brilliant opportunity. Cole Palmer wakes up as well. He takes the ball from the right side, ends up crossing it beautifully to Enzo Fernandez, who is there crashing the box, heads it in. Maybe a better keeper that's not Adrian saves it, but regardless, it's a goal. We take it. We're 1-1, and now Chelsea are back in it. And it wasn't long after that goal, you have Cole Palmer once again creating a moment of brilliance on that side. He was not struggling to dribble past these players today. Decision making may be questionable at times, especially in the first half, but second half comes out guns blazing. Takes a dribble, takes a touch, gets past the player, crosses it in, and I thought Jackson headed it, but what really happened is Cole Palmer used Jackson as a wall to score his own goal. So yeah, Jackson gets credit for the goal. It hits his shoulder area, it goes in, and all of a sudden Chelsea are now up 2-1. The game starts to open up. Betis needs to come out and try to get a winner here, and unfortunately for them, it exposes their defense a lot more. It opens them up, in which Jadon Sancho, who came on as a substitute, takes advantage of this 13 minutes after the second goal, and finds a way to cut inside. I forgot who passed him the ball. At this point, I was already somewhat
KDH,
celebrating
Sancho,
that
right? It was KDH.
I think it was KDH.
KDH,
Yeah.
it was like he
It was.
won a weird
Yeah.
bounce in midfield and then passed it to Sancho.
KDH did one of those like when you tap X, but then you double tap it to get the bounce pass. He
Legit,
did one of
legit.
those.
Yeah.
And it ended up being in front of Sancho, who cuts, then shoots from. It was a difficult angle to score from. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't think he was gonna score it, but he curls it in, finesses it.
He did that against somebody else this season as well in the Prem, like that.
It's weird of Sancho because when he shoots,
I
it's
forgot
actually a good
who it
shot.
was. I know what you're talking about, but he did
Yeah.
do it.
It's
but I
the
forgot what team
exact
it
same
was.
goal.
It was one of the later games. It was one of the later games, but I can't remember what team. But yeah, I'll remember throughout the stream. But yeah, it's we saw this obviously. Enzo slapping James. Yeah, you're ridiculous, Coco. But yeah,
2 liters.
so
Basically.
yeah, so Sancho makes it 3-1 with a brilliant finesse goal, and then obviously towards the end, Betis putting everything they got towards attack, no longer really caring for the defense. Moises Caicedo gets the ball and scores, and the game ends 4-1, and we get to see armpits, ladies and gents. We get to see armpits once again in a European final, and it's nice to have done what we did in the Premier League, get back into Champions League, and win a trophy as a consolation prize along the way. So love to see it. Happy
One
to
thing
see
though,
it.
by the way, it was very funny though to see
Go
a lot
for
of
it,
people
Arsene.
on.
Floor's yours.
No, I'm sorry, it was very funny to see a lot of people on Twitter being like, "I didn't know how much I cared about winning this until we went down 1-0." That killed me. I
also-
can't lie.
Big up to Noah too, because they came out with this tweet. It's hey man, this might. I hope this is the last time Chelsea are ever in this competition. But yeah,
friends, bro.
congratulations
They're
Chelsea FC for winning the UEFA Conference League. However, you won much more important trophy this season. The friends you made along the way, especially the ones in Armenia. Big up to Noah. Big up to Servat. Big up to all these teams that were on our side on this.
It's just remember who you, like you say, the friends, not the people you step on. It's the friends you make along the way.
Exactly.
Not the people you step on. Yeah, we stepped on Noah. I think we beat them what 7-1
8-1. 8-1.
8-1.
8-0.
Yeah, 8-1.
8-0. It could be
They were
8-0.
like, hey, if you can't beat them, join them.
We did put a biblical amount of.
Yeah, we
goals past
really
them.
did.
We really did.
They was just there, man. They was just there to have fun. That's all.
Yeah, it was just there for the bro. They were there legitimately
They
for the
get played
day. Out. Like
against Chelsea. That's what they
their
wanted.
fans, bro. Their fans were down 8-0 and still celebrating
Yeah.
in the away end. Like,
Yeah.
bro, they were there for the
That's
vibes.
the biggest, facing us at Stamford Bridge is the biggest day in their club's history. That's not
No.
a bit around.
Well, dude, okay, almost every single team rolled out the red carpet for us in the Conference League, and you know what? I appreciate it. You know, they recognize European heritage. I love it, man. I love it,
RSM, talk to me about the game, man. What'd you think?
bro. It was crazy because first of all, again, Gusto. There's not much to say. Like I don't want to crash on him when he already did an interview saying he knows this season has been awful for him. It's just like
Yeah.
a very unfortunate that interview came out today and then he follows it with his performance. But listen, first half everybody was freaking out, and I told everybody even before the game, the only player that I'm worried about on that team is Isco. If you give Isco time and space, he is good enough of a player to find dangerous areas and dangerous passes. He's also a very willing runner, and I mean we saw that in that first half. The first half, a lot of people were freaking out. Like the people were literally in our chat saying, "Bro, we gotta sack Maresca. It's over. He's so over. Why would he do this?" And I'm like, relax. Like there's nothing to worry about yet. We have another whole 45 minutes left. Again, do you see how immense Reece can be? Just immediately put into the midfield, same position as Gusto. The team looks calmer. Everybody's moving better. Everybody's running. I mean, there's no comparison. The impact that Reece has on this team. And to be
Real
honest,
quick,
I think.
When
Go
you're
ahead, go
done,
ahead.
I'm gonna play this video.
No, go ahead, play it, bro.
It has to do with Reece, because a lot of people were really critical about that. Again, this is
I saw this,
For me,
yeah.
I saw the quotes. I didn't see the video.
The way I see it, for me, this is the same manager that you didn't trust to get you into Champions League. What did he do? He got you into Champions League, and even despite that, and listen, with it reasonably so, it doesn't. You don't change people's opinions overnight, but people still question the lineup. I didn't question it once. Obviously, Malo Gusto, we know he's not been good. He recognized he wasn't good in that first half, took him off. Realized, you know what? I took a risk with Malo Gusto. I'm going to take him off. But there's a reason for it. And there's a reason he didn't start James. And he explains it right here.
Obviously, you didn't start Reece, but before the game, we was watching him. and he was going up and he was being a captain, he was talking and he was leading.
Joe, I promise you, I will start always with Reece.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to protect him.
Yeah.
He played more games this season than the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
And he's happy, he knows that. But
Yeah.
he's top player for us.
Yeah.
For us, it's like Cole.
Yeah.
The problem is that we need to manage him.
Yeah.
And when we change him, he said to me, boss, don't worry, we're gonna win the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
W
There you
Reese,
go.
man. W Reese.
W.
And he's
and
not
Maresca
wrong.
too,
He's
man.
managed Reese's minutes better
W
than any manager we
W
had
medical
before.
team as well. W medical
Yeah.
team as well.
Do you know with the medical team, Andrew? Like the same surgeon did Dembele this season as well.
Yeah. Well, it's a brand new thing.
Oh,
the
wow,
brand new
is that
last
true?
year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, new
I
head
saw
head-
it.
Now,
Well,
and now
just,
we don't have a terrorist in charge.
Exactly. We don't have
Yup. That too, man. That too.
I
That
think
too.
though- I think though, once again, all you
I'm not a terrorist.
haters and losers online had to
Tell
delete
'em.
your drafts again
Tell 'em.
from half time.
Tell
You
'em.
bunch of losers. But I'm gonna say this. I to me this is a European League Cup, so I'll celebrate it like it. I will celebrate it, but we won a cup. I celebrate everything that we win. I'm gonna be shameless that we've won it all because we have won it all. It's fact.
We have won it all.
I only
No
want
one else has
on
done
our
it.
honours list. I only want this competition to have a 1 beside it in all our history. I never want to be in this competition again. But I'm so pleased for the players. I always go back to what Mourinho said in both his stints. Winning that first League Cup for those group of players that hadn't won as a group was so pivotal. To
I
them
got my
going
eyes
into
on.
the
I got my
league.
eyes on some other trophies,
Yeah,
man.
to go on and win leagues and stuff like that. Listen, let's get it out of the way. First off, worst performance of the season so far. Absolute worst performance. Lineup wrong. Starting Caliber and Badiashile.
Hello?
What? Oh, so starting so we heard that if you're doing something, Marshall.
Shit, my bad.
Yeah, blood through.
Starting Badiashile and Chalobah, it's only third time starting. I think was wrong. Gusto inverted doesn't work because you can't pass properly, and we were too slow throughout. Palm was too deep. Credit to Maresca. Credit to the players. The mentality's changed. Last year we would have lost that final by far. We would have lost that final. The mentality is there. It's been there since. It's been there in all the running. He made the changes. Reece made the difference. Cole made a difference. Sancho made a difference. All the subs worked. Enzo was brilliant. Caicedo was brilliant. Jackson scored. I mean, he pulled a hamstring trying to that chance. That was unbelievable. I can't
His
believe
first
that.
touch was so bad.
Yeah.
He pulled his hammy.
Sancho scored. Whether he stays or not, it's a great way to finish. But yeah, I'm so pleased. I want my players when they retired. I want my players to have shoulder issues because I want them to lift so many trophies like that. I want them to have so many trophies. I want them to have chronic shoulder pain from lifting so many trophies. Don't let anyone gaslight you. Don't let any celebration police do this because goalposts are already being moved about. Oh, you spent 1.5 billion to win this. Well, get in the competition and win it because we're only second English club to ever win it. Do you know what I mean? Villa were in it and didn't win it. Spurs are in it and didn't win it. So get in the
Wait,
competition.
Villa entered it and lost it?
Yeah, they lost in the semi-final last year.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, they lost it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they lost to Olympiacos.
Olympiacos. But it's and also can I just say, Anthony, all those people talking about Anthony. I kept saying to people, do you not realize that Cucurella has pocketed better wingers in the Premier League than
I got some for Anthony, bro. Here, I got some for Anthony, bro.
And just
Stinky, bro.
Just all brilliant. And that second half was, I think that's some of the best football we've played. You know what I mean? That this the intensity, the power, the pace. It was brilliant. And credit to Maresca. I said, my prediction. I said 6 in the Conference League. He's got 4th in the Conference League. So for me, he's overachieved with this, especially after the transfer window. He's overachieved. He deserves credit. All the credit in the world. He's now a European champion. He deserves to be backed. Let's see about that. That's now the pressure's on sporting director and everything. So, let's see. But next year we go into it. I'm not here to make up the numbers in the Champions League. I want to go win it. You know what I mean? I'm not here. I don't care about playing Real Madrid in the group stage. Couldn't care less. I'm here to win it. Give me the easiest run to a final, whatever it is. I don't care. I want to win it. I don't want to be battling in the top 4, whether that's a title race or not. But I want to go on and win things. You know what I mean, I want this to be a start or something. It's been 3 years, and people might say, "Oh, yeah, it's 3 years. It's not that long." People at Newcastle waited 70 years, but the way we've been ridiculed, rightfully so, stuff like that, but how our owners and our sporting directors have behaved. But you know what, Chelsea fans, Chelsea fans, I see a forecast of a large dose of salt heading our way. But embrace it, my friend. Embrace it with a piece of lime and tequila shots. That's what we should do from now. Embrace it. Take it all in.
Cooking?
Take it all in.
Yeah. Wait.
Sorry, sir, for you mentioned ingredients.
Don't let no rival fan gaslight you. Don't let anyone do it. Just enjoy it. We've won something, and they, okay, and we got it. We've won it all. We've won it all.
Literally.
We won it all. No club can say that. We not Madrid's, not the Barcelona's, not the Munich's, not the United's, not the City's, not the Arsenal win it anyway, but not the Liverpool's. Saying we've won it all. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
We got it out the mud. We won it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Even win
I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice looking trophy. That trophy's gonna look nice in the trophy.
It's not bad, bro.
Yeah, I was actually like, yeah, this is a nice looking trophy. What were you gonna say, Chris?
No, I'm just saying, did even Liverpool even win Europa League as well? I know they entered it, but they kind of bowled it last time I know.
Yeah, they won the old
UEFA Cup.
No way Sancho said that. There's no way Sancho said that.
They won the Europa League. Yeah, they won the Europa League in Klopp's first season.
They won it.
They need to show up and win the Conference League now. They need to do it.
Also, I wanna say something against our own Chelsea fans that were haters, aka H, the singular H. Before Lewis's stream was like, look at Maresca's lineup. This manager doesn't want us to win a trophies. What a scrub and blah blah blah. I'm like, my fucking god, bro. People.
Hey, biggest ass, another hater.
Yeah. Also, Calm was bitching and complaining.
Yeah, another hater. Yeah,
was on here, so you can fucking hold that, you fraud. All these men running away when we get our objectives, but
no, it's actually kind of crazy how many people disappeared from my chat once things started to turn around for Chelsea.
The only one I thought who should have started was Colwell, but he started with pretty much I didn't expect Reece James to start. If you thought Reece James could start 3 days, 2 days before, 2 back-to-back 9 minutes,
I got a bridge to say. I got a bridge to sell you, bro.
It just and he said it right there. He has to protect his players. He's a manager. He's a manager with a spine. That's what I say. He has a spine.
I hope there's not a fucking.
I completely agree. The only person that you could have said probably shouldn't have started was Betis. He wasn't even that bad. He wasn't great, but he wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we played our strongest team.
Yeah.
We legit played our strongest team outside of Gusto. But Gusto had to play because you weren't as much as I like him.
Yeah.
Lavia couldn't play. As much as I like him, Josh shouldn't start a final like that in that situation. Yeah. Although next season, hey, Gusto, your time might be up, my friend.
No,
bye.
No wrong.
Bye.
And then
it was a really bad performance by him, man.
Not even just that, bro. If Josh continues to perform at a level that he's performed at this season and improves at a level he's improved at this season, Gusto's gone. Maybe even Joey said this. Maybe even in 6 months. But definitely in a year's time, if he continues performing like shit he's performed this season, and Josh,
that's the thing. All the good grace that he earned from his first season is gone now in the second.
It's the same with Badiashile. Badiashile had that 6 months of performances, and then was shit for 12 months and lost it all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he has to perform, but yeah, as I said, Maresca played the best lineup he could. Like I said, Josh wasn't going to play. James wasn't going to at least start. He probably would have come off the bench, but wasn't going to start after playing 90 minutes versus Forest. So yeah, I don't think from a team perspective, there's much more Maresca could have done outside of the Gusto invert and shit. But yeah, that first half was terrible. But the thing I'll say about Maresca and about these players, and I said it in the first half, is even after we went 1-0 down, we saw what happening against Forest as well. It was the same thing. It's just Forest were worse going forward, where we played with no intensity. Touches were terrible in the first half. Passes terrible. Couldn't link play. Couldn't do nothing. Same against Forest. Couldn't link play. Couldn't do any touches. Couldn't do nothing. As soon as we started that second half, and it was the same this game, intensity was different. It's like, bro, it's like Maresca slapped someone.
We were on smoke.
It was like Maresca said, if you come back in here with no intensity, I'm selling all of you. You're all getting no food for a week. You're just running. just running, no water.
I'm taking all your UCL money.
Yeah, bro.
Mariska said that in an interview that in the first half he was very disappointed in the way we were playing because we seemed so lackadaisical. So it's like, yeah.
He's not wrong because what we did in the second half is what we could have done in the first half.
Yeah,
realistically,
it's the same thing we did against Forest.
I think he didn't say anything. I think he sat down and he put on the Disney film Remember the Titans speech that Denzel Washington did, or one of the coaches did. And said, you remember, Denzel, bro. You make them remember the night they broke the Chelsea. He just abbreviated like that. But I think he gave himself a big kick up the arse as well at half time because he got it spectacularly wrong as well in the first half. And because our style of play was so slow, why did we go from the opposite of Forest, where we were like for like 90 minutes, we were like that? Who, you know, we pounced on them to like playing really slow. We played into Betis' hands almost. You know what I mean? I got to say, I think we're fortunate that we weren't 2-0 down at half time. If I'm being honest with you.
No, 100%. That I don't know. I think it was Cardozo.
That
Cardozo.
Betis Shield deflected it though, but that should have been 2-0 right there.
Yeah, that should have been 2-0.
Yeah. No. So, I mean, it was in terms of Malo Gusto. Just to dive into this a little bit, is anyone here already jumping ship? You know,
yes. I don't know if
he has zero leeway. That's where I'm at. Zero leeway. That's it.
50-50, and I'll be real. He's not unlucky because he's done it to himself. If it wasn't for Josh being there, I would be okay. Give him another chance, bro. Josh has come in and has shown levels immediately, and he's 2 years younger. And we're talking about a backup right back, so I don't really give a shit if it's Gusto or if it's Josh. I just want the best option. So he has to immediately hit next season. I can't be seeing bozo shit.
I would say this. I just don't. There are some players that are just built for one position to do one thing. Yeah. No matter how old they are, no matter what, all this inverting thing, he can't do the inverted role because his passing stinks. In that, he gave away the ball for the first goal. Yeah, he was the main reason as well as if you just told him just defend. He's fine. He's just defend. He's fine. But if you overthink it for him at this moment, given the age and everything like that, it overstimulates him, and he second guesses himself. I think Mariska has to, and that's been a whole season, by the way. This isn't just Mariska's tried this whole season with him, and it's not worked. Okay, so because the thing is, we know he's good. He was so good last season. Defensively, he was a rock last season at right back when Reece wasn't there. You know, so much so that we were going, well, Reece could take as long as we want. We got Gusto there, and when Gusto went down, he was like, shit. You know what I mean? It was like that. So I think Mariska. This is where Mariska has to come in and go. I can get Cucurella to do that role because he can do it, no problem.
Exactly.
But I can get Reece to do that role, no problem. I can't get Gusto to do that role. So if I play Gusto, he's going to have to be part of the back three, not the inverted bit. So he has to make a decision that way. I thought the subs. I thought Achimpong and Tyreek were unlucky not to come on for the subs.
Yeah,
but they were unlucky to come on. But you know what? It's hindsight, and we won, so I don't care. So
I don't think they would mind. Care. They got a trophy.
No, you're right. You're right, Chris. They played their part. They played their part in this. They played their role. You're right. They played a big part. So they're all good.
Yep. But I gotta say though, like again, I think the Gusto thing is probably the only blip in the game once we see the final outcome, right?
I think there's a couple. I agree.
Probably has a few blips in there.
Yeah, I think.
Madueke in that first half was shocking.
Madueke,
to be fair, I'd say both ways. Like,
I legitimately think Madueke has had worse games. That's the thing. This is why I can't really like. He's had worse games.
Second half, he picked up. I thought he picked up.
But that's what I'm saying. He's had worse games. Like, there's been games where full 90, it's been trash. So like,
it's first half shocking. That's all.
I tell you this right now. If you someone, I don't know these either or things, but someone said, pay 25 million for Jadon Sancho so you can get rid of Madueke for whatever money, I'd do that. I
was going to say, like, I was thinking about this as well. Like, I obviously want Sancho to go back, but there are certain conditions where I'd be like certain things that have to happen.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you were telling me if you're telling me you can guaranteed get rid of the other two, so Noni and Neto, cool. I'll keep Sancho, but the thing is I don't think you can get rid of both. And for me, Esteval's got to have in place in this team next season. That's not me saying I expect big things, but like if he's the talent you think he is, he has to get the game time to show that talent. Which if you've got 5 wingers, he's the 5th choice winger in that scenario. He's not getting that many minutes in that scenario. So
I don't know if you noticed. Anyone noticed? He did Lukaku step overs in the first half. In Madueke, the biggest step overs I've ever seen in my life. They were so wide. It was like he was doing wax on, wax off on a giant car. So it was so slow as well. I could hear like gates creaking. You know that like Lukaku used to do. It was like, and then again. If he was a better passer, we were on a couple of counter attacks where he just needed to just simply pass it like that. And I just think I know, and for the reason I don't get too much for him is because we haven't paid a boatload for him. You know, we haven't paid 80 million for him or something like that. We paid 30 million, and it's like
Andrew. I think that's why for me. Sorry to interrupt. I think that's for me. I look at Neto so much worse because I agree with you. I think Madueke
that shot in the first half from Neto.
Not just the game, not even just the first half. He was on the right, crap. Went on the left, crap. Like, and we paid 60-something million for him. And I'm just like, I understand people say, he needs a striker, but bro, you don't need a striker to beat a guy 1v1. You don't need a striker to have a first touch.
This brother is shameless, bro.
Like he's just
I agree with you. I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
Yeah, Jackson's live on IG right now, going crazy.
I'm
not infused or excited really about the wingers we're linked through. And I know we're not even linked through, but I'll tell you right now, I'd swap Neto and Madueke. I'd bundle them all in for a deal for someone like Mbeumo.
I would do.
Oh yeah.
I would do
all day, every day.
The bulldozing beast. That's what that guy is, right? I mean, I would do that. Or if we could, like, it won't happen because they're in the Champions League now. But if they fell out of the Champions League, Anthony Gordon, I swear to God, I'd be like all over that as a player. Pause. So you know, it'd be like I'm not infused or excited much with our winger targets. Do you know what I mean? I think everyone's like, for me, everyone's like, oh, Rafael Leao, and I'm like, I've just seen Rafael Leao. I've called a slimmed down version of him called Noni Madueke, so I don't want a big bulked up version. Nico Williams, he hasn't done anything to justify half the salary he wants, let alone the full salary he wants, and then there's not really much else like that comes to mind. You know what I mean? So it's like,
No, that we're linked.
Oh, you know the one I would be. He's at PSG now. We'll never get him. That's Kvaratskhelia, but we'll never get him.
Yeah. Or even Lookman or Rodrigo, or I don't know any of those three.
I'd get Lookman, you know. I'd get Lookman.
No, I'm saying Lookman. I don't think we're gonna get him. I don't think we're gonna.
No, Lookman's gonna stay now because Greenies leave.
We're not gonna get him either. We're not gonna get him either. So
no, we're not.
No, we're not.
But that's the thing, and I think that's the most outside of the good stuff. And that was the most disappointing, and that was the most not disappointing because I kind of expect that with some of these players. That was the most eye-opening thing about that first half is our winger, and this is where I think we've had this conversation of like you can get Delap or Ekitike as the striker. Cool. I need a bad boy winger. I need someone who is a difference maker.
Yeah.
Like I need, like you said, an Mbeumo, even a Wisa, a Rodrigo, Lookman.
But you know what it is? We just need somebody who can put up numbers. It's that simple. That's all this team needs is goals.
No, but it's not even just numbers, by the way, RSM. It's like, because I look in that first half, I need someone who can do shit that Hazard was doing in terms of you just attract players, but you still can get through it. Because you see our wingers, outside of Sancho, but he has this problem sometimes. Every one of our wingers does the same fucking thing and it infuriates me. If they just stop the ball, they go to make a move and just stop. And go to make a move and just stop. It drives me insane. It's like all three of you can beat a guy on the dribble. All three of you can do it.
Well,
and none of them
I'd be fine with like a Ivan Kamara, but Bowen would be great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's solid.
You know, even their winger tonight on the left hand side, he was very good. But you know,
what Ezal Ludi or whatever his name.
Yeah, whatever his name was.
I just had somebody on my video say, "Yo, I'm a United fan, but I'm happy for our boy Caicedo." I told you, bro.
Well, he had the fresh highlights today, so he had that done.
We knew a goal was coming. There's mass. It was Batman Super Saiyan Caicedo. We knew a goal was on the way.
Is that Maresca?
Yeah, it's Maresca.
Yes, love
Reese,
it.
Reese is pushing
I'm
Maresca
happy
to
with the guy, man.
away
Because
crowd.
he's had a lot of doubters this season. He's had
a lot of haters from within the Chelsea fan base.
That was wrong word. Hate. I mean hate. Yeah, he's had a lot of hate.
Yeah.
Chris,
He had a lot of hate.
I don't mind doubters. Chris, I don't mind doubters, but you still.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that. I meant hate. So.
Like every girl, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Even today, like half time,
I think it's fair to say that all of us on the panel were doubters in the beginning. Like we weren't sure what to expect.
Yeah,
he's an inexperienced coach.
He was my biggest question mark.
I didn't want him either. I wanted someone else for him.
Yeah,
he was my.
You didn't want him. I was like, you know what? Let's see what happens.
I still think next season, if we get in a position like we did this season in December, he shouldn't come out and say. He should just. He can think it internally, but externally, he should not come out and say what he did in terms of this team's not ready and stuff like that. He should just go, let's see how far this team can go. That's what he should say and just roll on from there. Because,
And you know what, Surfer? I'm glad you said that because I think one thing that this team has done didn't just necessarily prove the doubters wrong or the haters wrong. I think this team also proved Maresca wrong. I think this team showed Maresca this season, like, listen, maybe we capitulated a little bit in the beginning of the season with the title, but we've shown that we're ready for top four. Like you may say that your bosses are telling you top four next season, this season, just get the team ready. But we're here to show you that we're ahead of the game. We're ready for top four now. We want to challenge.
I think what proves it is the running and this second half, the mentality is there. Like I said earlier, last season we would have lost that final. We wouldn't have made top four because of the adversity that team had last season, even with the likes of Thiago Silva and that in it, the heads dropped. This season, what's been most impressive, that's why one of the most impressive things for me that I saw during the running was when Liverpool scored that goal to make it 2-1. And I was like going, shit, because I knew there was like 5 minutes plus like a load of injury time. But we actually took the ball away from Liverpool, played better. We were better than them. That's what I'm talking about. It's just the mentality. He's built that, but a manager can try and build mentality, but he's got to get the players to lock in. He's got to make the players sacrifice. Cole Palmer, no doubt. I think Cole Palmer sacrificed a lot of his attacking game this second half of the season, especially, and in that first half. I think he's done that, but he's got people to buy in. Colwell, even coming on today, that block, you see that block that Colwell made?
Where he lowers the leg?
Yeah, he literally, it was a brilliant turn by Isco, brilliant pass, I think, to Isco and then whoever it was. But Colwell's been absolutely brilliant in this running. Props to Chalobah as well.
Turn narratives around.
He was very good, but he's got the way he's managed Reece James. Reece James has played the most games he's played for 3 years. He's played the most games he's played for 3 years.
Chris, how many games did he end up playing this season in total?
I think 20 in Premier League, I think.
I was going to say it's 20 something.
But what I'm saying is, it's like the way he's made Cucurella better. Enzo's a better player. Caicedo's a better player. Okay, there's been people that have fallen off like Gusto and stuff like that, and Palmer to a certain extent, and Jackson. But he deserves a lot of credit. But the way he's galvanized.
So he's played 26 matches. 26
I was going to say, not even just the matches, by the way. For me, I always look at minutes played. I always look at minutes played because you can play 20 matches and play 10 minutes a game, and it's like that doesn't really matter.
Fair enough.
He has played nearly 4 times the amounts of minutes he did last season.
Wow.
It's not. I remember he was injured at the start of this season. Do you remember, guys? He got injured.
But he was technically
while he was suspended. He got injured,
and then he got a little injury after his injury.
And then by the way, that's when we started. That's when we started getting the nightmare injury update list before every Friday. Right. Do you guys remember that? That was horrific. That Poch season, I had PTSD.
But look at, and this goes credit to Maresca because I'm so glad he told people to fuck off.
I am not a clown.
In that press conference, because everyone likes to give it, but as soon as you give it back, they all moan about it. But it's like at the start of the season, you have to work with 50 players. How are you going to work it with? No, I've got 23, 24. The others just train over there. You know what's happened to what's happened to? He tried to be diplomatic with Raheem Sterling, but when Raheem's people came out that weekend and said, no, it's not technical stuff, he basically just told him to piss off. Told Ben Chilwell, you're just a left back, basically, and told him to piss off during pre-season and stuff. He did. He said Ben Chilwell was look at it.
You're just a basic
just
bitch.
a left back.
No, you're just a left back. That's what he said. You're just a left back.
He still showed that, and as expected. This is why I don't get much onto him in terms of when he comes out and says stuff that much, because he's still naive. Remember, this is his second full season as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this isn't like a 10-year veteran or something. It's not like Arteta 5 years into the same. Oh yeah, what phase is Maresca in now? Do you know what I mean? What phase is he in? Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I just hope, and this is the biggest question mark, is how does this club, who did not back him properly in the summer or in January, back him for a Champions League campaign? Because I'll tell you right now, if Liam Delap is the only striker that comes in, I'm going to be fucking pissed. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to be super. And this isn't against Liam Delap, because I actually quite like him and stuff like that. But he cannot. I don't. And I know Jackson scored today, but I'm really done with Jackson in terms of the reports coming out today that he's asked his people asking people to look for another club,
another solution, man.
But he can't. We need to listen. I'm glad Santos is going to come in. Esteban's coming in. Maybe Petrovic will come in and goal and stuff like that. But we need another centre back. We need another. Whether it's Sancho or not. We need another wide player, and we need 2 strikers. We need that. Is he going to get that? Because he's earned it. He's actually made them look good. He's made them look good. He's made the sporting directors look good when they be shit at their job. He's made them look good, so they should be kissing his fucking ass. They should be giving him he's not going to get any bonus apparently for winning today. He's probably got a bonus for getting the Champions League, but
he should.
They should give him a fucking bigger bonus because they've actually taken the light off them. He's made them look good.
Yeah, he really has, especially when and listen, I'm not trying to crash it, but especially when we were here on this panel arguing about the January transfer window, how we're looking at Aston Villa. Oh, that's how you get transfers done and all this and that. Looking at City and comparing our window to theirs. And then hindsight's 2020, right? You look at how the season ended. Aston Villa didn't even make Champions League this season. We ended up getting it ahead of them. City didn't end up winning a trophy. Didn't end up getting shit for their standards out of this, except for just getting into top 4. And if that, they left it to the last day as well. So considering what Maresca has done, it almost makes it look like, you see, we didn't need to make any transfers in January. Maresca had it on lock the whole time, which isn't the case. Maresca struggled. Maresca needed
he had to change up his whole style of play later on.
Yeah, he had to change up everything. And you could tell, not having another profile like Lavia in that midfield and relying, it was a big mistake.
Was anyone going in the first half? Ah, shit, we should have put Lavia in the squad in January just in case. I was like going, they were over.
Yeah, because you know what? If I say they played right back and Lavia in midfield.
I was honestly, I think I've just been more time raging our wingers, to be honest. But
our wingers.
No, but it was like that first time. I'm not going to go on a match back because you shouldn't need to, but I just couldn't believe we went from that Forest where we were like all over them, like the intensity and stuff like that, and we just were so slow. It was so turgid and boring, and it was like, shit. And like I said, we're lucky not to be 2-0 down at half time, in my humble opinion. That was it. But you know what? Who cares?
For 1-0 down at half time.
Who cares?
I had that thought when Lavia came back into the side. When Lavia came back from his injury during the regular season in the Premier League, I was thinking fuck, we play so much better when Lavia's in the team. I kind of wish we could put him in the roster for the Conference League just so we don't struggle so much. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we still got it done without Lavia, and we got it done in great fashion. I mean, that's also because Surfer was saying this earlier about kind of looking at the season and how it played out in the beginning of Maresca's tenure and so on and so forth. One thing I wanted to add, and I did say this on the Sideline View, which is the video is going to release tonight. I said on Javon's channel is that One, after the season, after these players won the trophy, and now that some of these players have been here for 3 seasons now, I don't want to hear any more of this, they lack the mentality. I don't want to hear any more of this, we need experience. No, we now have experience. We can add some experience, but I don't think it's going to be needed because, I'm sorry, after the season that Jay just went, I'm not going to sit here and say that Enzo's inexperienced still. I'm not going to sit here and accept that Caicedo's inexperienced still. Cucurella's inexperienced still. Palmer's inexperienced still. Reece James was always the exception.
No, yeah,
he's been in the team for a while. But like a lot of these players are now more experienced. Like I would even say Nani to an extent, even though the decision making still needs work and today wasn't a great performance. Nani is one of the more experienced heads now in this team. Despite the age, he's played now.
I can't lie. I do want an experienced centre back to come in next season, though.
I get that. No, and I understand that. I understand that. But even to an extent, like you look at Chalobah. Chalobah is an experienced centre back. Tosin's an experienced centre back. What you might want is better quality, which I totally get. But we have the experience, so I don't want to hear this. Oh, we need experience. No, these players are now becoming those experienced players, slowly but surely. And one more thing I want to add.
I agree partially what you're saying. I think the term experience is relative, right? It doesn't have to do. It doesn't have to be with age. It doesn't have to be like because we've seen like multiple players, young players play like. I mean, look at Yamal. I think he's played like what? How many games? Like so many games that are 17.
Him and Palmer are the same amount of minutes over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, Palmer does a lot.
Yeah, but I just want to listen. Personally, off the field, what he did last summer can't be, forgotten and stuff like that. But on the field, you got to give Enzo Fernandez his flowers this season. When they gave the excuse last year about him not playing well because of an injury, they were fucking right, weren't they? Because you know what I mean. He's been absolutely insane. It was over 20 GNA from midfield for a guy who's not really an attacking midfielder. We really talk about it. He's not like a box stuff like. But he was like first half he was shit like the rest of them. But that goal, I mean that movement. I mean, he's stepped up. He's been a leader. He's been. I mean, him and no one even mentions his price tag anymore. Like we talk about Caicedo and his price tag, but no one mentions Enzo's price tag anymore.
Yep.
About that.
I think the thing with Enzo as well that impressed me about that first half, like you mentioned in terms of, more the second half that first half is the fight in terms of going from, because we've seen players and we've seen Enzo as well in games this season, especially at the start of the season and last season, where he would play like shit and there was no fight. There was no, I'm going to try and turn this around. There's just, this is what I'm doing. But as the season's gone on, he has shown a complete shift of, even if like he was like, I agree, like most of the players in the first half, he was bad. Like he was just bad. But it was him and Palmer were both like this specifically, where even though they were bad in that first half, they didn't allow it to affect them anything else. Like they just kept pushing through. And then he gets that goal, and from there it was just like, it's just you see the confidence, and it's the same with a lot of these players. A lot of these guys are confidence players, but there has been that real fight from him this season, and that's impressed me. I've still got a couple of gripes of how he plays and things he lacks, but I cannot question. I said this in my fan cam on Chelsea Fan TV the other day after the Forest game. He would die for this badge.
Yeah.
He would die on the football pitch for this badge. And I have to respect him.
He would, he would, I think this set that sub Reece James set the standard for the second half because a couple of balls 100%. He put in were just magnificent. And like I said, he forced that left winger off, then their right winger didn't. Their left winger came on and really didn't do anything. He set the stage. He is, I mean, I think we need to get used to the fact that we're never going to see a rampaging Reece James up and down the wing anymore. It's just not happening. Yeah. He's just not built for it. But he can do the inverted role. He can cross it from deep. He can, have a shot on him. Like he had that shot in the second half. I don't even know where that was going, but it got blocked.
No
from the corner.
Yeah. I just wanted to,
go on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I haven't spoken. I thought I let the stream.
Yeah,
it's been great.
Yeah, really, really
what I mean?
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really great host.
Honestly, that was probably the best Ahmed performance on Casually FC I've seen so far, bro.
That was so productive, actually. We had so much fun, actually.
I just wanted to let people speak because I'm very relaxed about this. I expected us to win, which is what the main thing. But the main thing I've said before is that I'm happy for the players because we needed the players to gain that experience and everything. That's why you see I'm very relaxed today. Even when we were losing 1-0, I was telling people, chill out, bro. You know what I mean? It's fucking Real Betis. Yeah. It's the Conference League, lads. You know what I mean? Sorry. But I legit said that. I said it's the Conference League. But on a serious note, obviously, guys, the team obviously is good for them. They've gained that experience. They've gained that taste for silverware. They finally got it. One thing that I've always spoken about, particularly when you're trying to do this so-called process or whatever you want to call it, or you're trying to get back to where you've been, there's certain side quests that you should complete.
Yeah, it needs to show results, right, Ahmed? Yeah, it needs to show results.
Exactly. You have to have certain side quests that you just have to complete, right? Yeah, exactly. There we go. Stepping stones, side quests, I would like to call it, because there's a reason why you have to complete those side quests, because they help you improve, they level you up, they give you certain things that you need. Again, I used Arsenal, my own stream, as a great example. When they were in the Europa League, that was a great side quest for them, stepping stone to actually help them gain that taste for silverware, and they didn't do it, and that hurt them quite and it's hurt them, right? So I think for me, when it comes to from a Charles perspective, we overcame some adversity, but we got the trophy. Now it's about, I look at the team, I look at the squad. We need to improve now, add more quality into the team. We know what we need to improve upon. Tomorrow is Thursday. We know how these guys act the moment the transfer window is open and they have nothing to worry about in terms of football. Let's see what you got to do. Now, I know Delap clearly looks like it's going to be the first signing, but I would assume also Ekitike is going to be the number 2 signing as well, from what it seems like to me. Now, you're right. So I think we're going to get both anyway. I can't lie to you, man. Jackson, genuinely, I don't know how to describe him anymore. He's like he's like, he's like the Phantom of the Opera mask. You know what I mean? The one where it's like half happy and half sad. Like he scored a goal today. Like, let's be honest, it's like a Fugazi goal. Let's be realistic. Yeah, no, he scored that, but we have to give him credit. But then I couldn't believe he missed the 1v1. Adrian literally slipped, by the way. I don't know if people watched it, yeah. Adrian slips and he then decides to hit that thing, and then he starts doing the thing on my hamstring. And
yeah, I know.
I feel like Maresca felt sorry for him, and it's like, I can't get any more abuse in this guy. So he put on Jude's reel.
It reminded me
of the game. You know what I mean? So
it reminded me a lot of the Man City miss.
Yeah, so listen, either way, I think his time at the club is up. I've said that for a long while, even before this picture. I think his time at the club is up. Right? So those two, I think obviously the strikers, we've spoken about that. Obviously, centre-backs, I think Guy, you gotta bring him in. I know Newcastle's being linked to him right now, but if we're serious, we can hijack that deal, you know what I mean, and get him in terms of leadership value and some other positions that you've spoken about before, but we will catch up when we get there. But from Chelsea's perspective, you've now hit one of your stages, minimum UCL. Next season, competing. Let's bring that level to compete, right? Or if not, win a title.
Yeah, I agree. Well said.
Thanks, mate.
No, I agree. I think, as I said, I'm not. Listen, I don't think, as we're customary built, I don't think we are good enough for to win the title. Just don't think we're built for it, because the summer transfer window hasn't ended yet, and I don't know what other teams have bought. So, and we haven't bought. So I don't think at the moment we're built, but I think we should. Defo, with the improvements in the squad, Defo, no fears about being in the top 4. Not having to look over our back, and like I said, I'm not here to listen to the Champions League theme tune. I couldn't give a shit what the theme tune of the Champions League is. I don't care about facing Barcelona or Real Madrid in the group stage and people creaming their pants because they see Yamal on the right wing at Stamford Bridge and stuff like that. I really couldn't give a shit. Win those 8 games or whatever, get in the top 8, whatever, get through a playoff.
The last chance, man.
Face shitty teams, get through, and because I've won it. We've won it twice. Do you know what I mean? I'm not here to compete. I'm so glad we're in the Champions League. No, we're in the Champions League. I want to win it.
Exactly.
I don't see why. I don't see why I can't say. I think we can win
No,
it.
Scott was about to say something facts. I know what he was gonna say. Say it, bro.
One more, and we're
Anyone
the joint most second successful team in Champions League history.
Yeah.
There you go.
In England,
There you go, man. We need it, bro.
Oh, sorry, in
We
England,
need it, bro.
yeah.
In England, yeah. By the way, no. By the way, in terms of, no, hold up. In terms of European trophies, by the way, in England, we're only one behind
We're number
Liverpool now.
2, yeah.
Liverpool have 8. We have 7 now.
Yeah,
By
but
the way,
we've
ladies
won
and
it all.
gents,
We've won it all.
yeah, we have literally won it all. But
I was gonna say,
by the way,
I don't
ladies
think
and
there's a
gents,
single
we're
trophy
almost
that
at 100 viewers. Let's go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Listen, it's the end of the regular season. We'll still be having some content here, but we will also be here to talk about Club World Cup. So go ahead, Scott. What were you gonna say?
I was about to say I'm excited for that, and so much.
Yeah.
But have we actually won everything that we can possibly win in football?
Yes.
Well,
in terms of top flight European, yes. Top flight European, yes.
No, in terms of everything, like only thing we haven't won is obviously the Championship, League 1, League 2. But in terms of everything,
the Club World Cup's a different format now. And
Yeah, it's like a different.
We still won it.
We won the Club World
No,
Cup.
we won the Club World Cup though. Sorry, we won the Club World Cup. That's good.
We won the Club World Cup. We've won the Super Cup. We've won the Premier League. We've won the Champions League, Europa League, Carabao Cup,
Winners' Cup.
FA Cup.
Yep.
We won everything. Literally.
You won everything. Yes, everything. Clean sweep, baby. One of each minimum.
Yeah, someone check it. I don't know if we've. I think is this our 29th?
By the way, with this win, Maresca ends his first season with a win percentage of 62, placing him joint 5th on Chelsea's all-time list of full-time managers.
Also, if it wasn't.
By the way, Poch's win percentage was 52, so he's 10% higher.
That's a big 10%.
And also, he has. Well, he did it last week, but he did it on Sunday when he finished 4th. But winning the trophy. Now, unless it's to rip him to shreds, I don't want to hear a Chelsea fan mention that former Spurs manager's name ever again. I don't want to mention anything. He is. Do you know what? I want to rub him out of our history.
Hey, I was about to say.
Hey, yo.
What do you mean?
Hey, yo, get your mind out of the gut. No, I want to eliminate him from a history. Like, I want to actually do a Men in Black style like that and forget the year of Poch, because he is. Well, you US guys know you're suffering and you can hold that. So you're suffering with him right now, but he's gone. You Poch peggers are done.
I have to deal with him until he leaves.
I can. Don't show that again.
Why?
No, because I need to see.
He slipped. He slipped. The keeper slipped and his pass touch messed it up.
I don't know why he overhit that, man. I just don't understand. Like,
I fucking hate him.
if he didn't feel comfortable, man, pass to Sancho.
No, you know what though? We don't have to worry about selling him because we're getting in 2 strikers. That means Jackson is done out here. He's cooked.
I think he's out the door now. Like,
yeah, he's out the door, bro. We're getting 2 strikers.
He has gone backwards. Like last season, he got 14.
If that's me in pro clubs, I'm finessing that shot, long shot.
Man, that's an easy finessing.
He had Sancho right next to him, under no pressure, just a fast touch.
That might be worse than Timo Werner's touches as well. Like that is a bad touch.
This was at 3-1, by the way. This wasn't like a 3-1.
This was a 2-1, yeah.
I don't understand why you did that.
Dude, imagine if it was still a 1-1 and he missed that. Oh my god.
You know what it is? It's when you have a break and then you know how you can press on your toggle twice and it launches the ball forward like extra large, like a bit more. That's what he did basically.
I just. Are those real sunglasses or are they those real?
Yeah, that needs to be on this. Those are real. That is not.
That needs to be on this FIFA card, man. For those 96 rated cards. That needs to be it, man.
You know, this ain't Photoshop. This is genuinely just He's wearing glasses. Somebody gave it to him.
About leadership though, like obviously Reece James, but I saw on Daily he just posted about obviously the headbutt because I missed parts of the game because I was making pasta. And I ain't gonna lie, that kind of you know it. I ain't gonna lie, yo, that did hype me up, and in a sense of
Are you
like
talking about
we have a
Reece
leader.
and, Enzo?
Enzo, yeah. So to me, it shows like we have a leader in defense. You could say it's Reece James. We have one in midfield and Enzo, but we do need a leader at striker. And Petrovic can be that a goalkeeper. That's your spine. That's the spine we keep on talking about.
He challenged at the start of the season. He challenged.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This hypes me up. I don't know why. I don't know why. This hypes me up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go, man.
He challenged Reece at the start of the season to be a better leader. He challenged him to be a better leader.
Slap the shit out of him too, man. He slapped the shit out of him.
Do you know what? Can I just say? After last summer, that is not a good look.
No, hold up, Andrew, hold up, Andrew. Did you not see the tweet that is going around?
No.
About Enzo. Somebody said Enzo is my favorite racist since John Terry.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
No. Scott said it on the. Him and Anthony. He said, I'll paraphrase. What's it come to this?
I'll tell you what I said. I know exactly what I said.
Racist.
I'd say it was the immovable force versus the immovable object.
Anthony
force. The racist versus the wife beater. Who comes out on top?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, bro. Inject it, man. Inject it. Look at this, bro. This is beautiful, man.
I can't believe people are falling for that Anthony hype.
I love it, bro. I love it. I'm
No,
so glad.
I get
the Liga hype dead, man. The Liga hype dead, bro.
The thing is, I get them falling for the Anthony hype because he's been very good. I think what they underestimated is the Cucurella thing of, like you said, Andrew, he's locked up the best player in the Premier League.
Salah, Saka. That's it. These are the best right wingers in the league. He's
That's
locked
what I'm
them
saying.
up.
So, like, Anthony can be as good as he wants to be, and I think like he is a good player. I do think, all jokes aside, he's a good player. He was never beating Cucurella, ever.
Ahmed's better than Anthony. He locked up Ahmed the week before. Do you know what I mean?
I just saw a tweet that said somebody told Sancho the loser between him and Anthony's going back to United.
Yeah, so that was before the game.
Oh man, honestly,
Bro, look at this, man. People say they don't care about the trophy, but bro, this is a great pick, bro. This is a great pick.
You have to memorize this, Marshall. This is the first trophy for this channel. In terms of this channel, this is the first trophy Chelsea have won since this channel's been.
Since Casually Chelsea, yeah.
There's no way, really.
No, we were here.
It's been too. It really has been too long since our last trophy, bro. That's nasty. That's actually nasty from us.
We were here
It's
for
the first
UCL.
trophy under Casually. It's the first trophy under
Casually. It's the first trophy. Yes. It's been too long.
It's like Club World Cup, no? Club World Cup. Did you guys?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Casually.
it was under
no
KH no filter then. So
yeah. So hey, we got to start somewhere. It's a process. We got to work our way up.
What phase is Casually in? That's what I want to ask you right now.
Actually, is League Under, I have to retweet that. Did League Under say what phase
Did you see his wearing a Betis shirt?
Did he? Yeah, because I was on American Waffle and he was saying on American Waffle to the Chelsea fans, to us, like, hey, you guys are going to get packed by Betis. And I was like, all right, we'll see what happens.
Can I just say,
Betis got put in a, bro, they got put in a split.
I just want to say, I think I like watching the Liga, but the Liga is overrated as fuck. You know what
yes.
I mean?
No,
it's
Andrew,
so
I already explained it. I said, listen, everybody can call the Prem mid, but our mid is levels clear of every other league's mid. Our mid is better than any mid they can offer, bro.
Man United knocked out Sociedad and Bilbao.
That's what I'm telling you. Our mid is just better than other leagues' mid. It doesn't matter. And we're not a mid team. We're a good team. So we packed up Betis. If it wasn't for Gusta, they wouldn't have scored. It's that simple. If it literally wasn't for Gusta, they wouldn't have scored.
Yeah,
I'm just glad. I'm just glad we didn't like put all the efforts in on Sunday, and we're like dragging our ass right now. And we've got something to celebrate. I know I'm not going to be, it's not going to be the biggest trophy we ever win, but it might be the most important for this group of players.
I was about to say, I'm more happy for the players than anything, bro. You can see what it means.
Manager as well, Chris. You're absolutely right. Manager as well, yeah.
Like,
refund on the. No, did you see? No, if you go to no context, he actually takes it off live on the watch.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
he was so upset. He was so pissed. He took it off. They gotta go to no context. No context TV.
No context.
No context. No context.
I gotta show you guys this. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Yo, this is so shameless. You're so shameless. It's Robert Sanchez.
Fuck off.
Do they know he's liable to drop it? They know that, right?
I kind of rated this point.
Maresco is like, I saw you catch those corners against Forest. I think you got.
No, by the way, I can't be asked to care about this, bro. Like I saw Lavia pull up full kit. Like this is a joke. I love it, bro. This is great.
And Kunku before the fucking final whistle blew, he had his fucking kit on and everything. I was like, there's no way this guy.
No, I love it, bro. I love it, bro.
Man, I hope I don't see him next season.
It's tradition, isn't it? It's tradition from 2012.
Yeah, no. For
Yeah. Oh, by the way, all that talk about Spanish team have never lost a European final against a non-Spanish team. Hold that.
2001, yeah.
Hold that, man.
No context. What's the channel called again?
No context.
No context TV. Yeah, no context fan TV.
Man.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm. There it is. He took it off. There it is, bro. He took it off. See, he was celebrating the Isco thing. He took it off. He took it off once they got packed.
Don't need to know more.
Yo. Yeah, Mudrik is gonna get a medal.
He's very dedicated, right? Like he's always streaming like every game or something.
He streams every La Liga game possible. He streams every La Liga game possible.
I think he just idea to Lewis, but I suppose you could do it as well, Marshall. It's like you could do a video of like all the haters of their reactions to our goals in the second half or something like that, and just see how
it's so great, man.
React.
So great.
Something like that.
I love it.
No, I mean, once this is done, I'm gonna literally lay down in bed, go on YouTube, and look at everybody's reactions.
More goal bridges on TikTok or something when I ever click that back on. He will be on there. He will be on there hating there. He hates Chelsea, man. He just hates it.
Hold that.
Oh my god, bro.
Good. Do you know what?
I can understand why.
I love it.
I'd rather be hated by rivals than our own fans. It's a much better feeling.
Yes. They removed Sunday. They removed today.
Hold. Oh my god, bro.
This is the third tier trophy.
No, I love, bro. These photos are feeding me, bro. Look at him. These photos are feeding me, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna
look at this, bro.
We've won it all. And you can
won it all.
shut
Do you know, by the way, do you know how nasty it is that we just did the European clean sweep before Arsenal even got one, man? I love it, man. I love it.
Hey,
you're talking about the season, actually. Like, talking about
this one's going to be
Lewis has been saying, don't let Chelsea win the trophy during Arteta's protest. Oops.
Yeah, Todd Bowley finally lifts the trophy, man. He finally touched the trophy.
They were both on the pitch today, weren't they? Barley and
yeah, they were. They were. Yeah, full time. No, full time.
Dancing.
I swear.
By the way, hold up. By the way, hold up. Speaking about the broadcast, by the way, speaking about the broadcast, that's be one of the worst broadcasts ever. First of all, for the first 3 minutes of the game, no timer on the top left, right?
Yeah,
and then during the Gusto goal, by the time the transmission went back to the actual play, they were already like about to score. I'm like, what happened? Legitimately, it was awful broadcasting, bro.
My one, the commentator was 2 seconds ahead of the actual.
Was he actually? I didn't.
Yeah, so on Discovery, so it was like he said what happened before it happened, and I was like, "Okay, I'll put you on mute, you bastard. You're gonna spoil it.
You're gonna spoil it.
Ban him for spoiling it.
Yeah, spoiling it, you bastard." I was like that, but you know,
this fucker doesn't read the rules.
It's one of those, you know. Big up to Ahmed, man. I know he's got a issue with his eye, that, you know, he's got pink eye or something like that. So
yeah, no, he's going to the hospital to get some drops for it.
Yeah, he's just
man.
Shouldn't let people fart on his pillow and then sleep in it.
No, Andrew. Andrew. That's what happened when you talk about eye tests, but then you lie. That's what happens when you lie about the eye test.
Big up Alexis.
Oh, that's the irony, isn't it? Because his actual ability to spot talent is not good.
Wait, question.
Bro, what was the thing? I can't even remember. I got him on a comment last night on his stream. I can't remember what I said.
Oh my god, no, I remember. It was bad. Yeah, you cooked them. Yeah, you cooked them. Yeah, you chefed them. I remember that.
I can't remember the
what did you say, bro? It was so good though. No, it was so good.
Oh, at his stream, I forgot. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
When was it?
This is great, man.
You might have to
yesterday's stream. Yeah. But
and by the
way, sorry, can I?
Go ahead,
oh, sorry.
Curry.
So on a side note, I just wanted to say big up to Scott and Ahmed for dealing with what I had to listen to on Ziyad's stream. Oh my fucking god! 50 minutes of my life I can't get back.
We had an hour Inzaghi debate.
Fuck me, bro.
Oh my god. No, it was the Scott. By the way, I legitimately watched that, and it's like at some point you just have to like. Some people are just too far gone. Like if he can't understand, the idea of time constraints because we have a Club World Cup, and the idea of 0 preseason, then there's no saving it, bro. There's legitimately no saving it.
Because like the thing is like that whole my thing was like I'm happy to get Inzaghi if we don't have the Club World Cup, but you're telling me we potentially miss out on Champions League next season.
Maybe Alexis.
You spend the first 2 months or 3 months learning a new system. No,
Scott, on Al Ahwa on Sunday or something, he still was having the thought that Amrin would do a better job with Chelsea than Maresca.
Who said this?
Just on a really petty side.
Ziad, yeah, but Ziad's a criminal, bro.
I lost my shit. I exited that stream.
Bro, Ziad, hold up. Ziad, hold up. No, hold up. We can solve this debate this easy. Ziad wants to keep Sancho and Felix. It's that easy. There's no saving it. There's no saving it.
Just on a really petty side note, Nicholas Jackson has more goals in finals than Thierry Henry.
Oh my god! No, I don't want to flex that.
Oh,
Sancho.
Fuck's sake, man.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
I'll do Sancho. I'm not doing Jackson.
I'm just saying, it's a fact. It's not even. It's not. It's
but listen, you know what?
It's true, bro.
Listen, hold up. Thierry Henry threw on goal. Jackson threw on goal in the final. Listen, man. Listen, man.
Why you gotta do him dirty like that? Though
I don't know, man. We did see it today.
RSM, it don't matter. He'd already scored.
Yeah, Jackson scored exactly.
We hadn't scored in any final.
So
we had a cold palm, man.
So we're saying that Jackson legacy in finals bigger than Henry. That's crazy.
I'm just saying he's more clutch in finals than Thierry Henry. It's actually true.
Listen, Jackson got the goal. Jackson legitimately got the goal for the lead as well. It wasn't the type that he got it for the lead.
Yeah.
Essentially, you got the winner.
Yep, essentially. Also, I do gotta say, by the way, Demac, I will never forget you, bro. Demac from the shirt sponsor. I'll never forget.
They're kind of our good luck charm, man.
That will be unironically, Streets will never forget. Because a lot of, bro, I'm telling you, Streets will never forget Demac, bro. The Demac run, legendary.
If we can't get Jordan, man, can we just try keep him? Because it just seemed to be our good luck.
I kind of wish we could keep him.
Like,
not gonna lie.
3 was the opposite, man. When they
by the way, hold up. Yeah, I forgot about this. Isco, you could hold that bum. Did you see what he said before the final? He could hold that.
Oh, what do Chelsea have that?
Yeah, what's the difference between Chelsea and Betis? Money. Hold that. Pussy. It's also 3 goals.
Money.
Yeah, it's also a 3 goal difference.
Caicedo was live on IG as well.
Yo, you might hold up. You might need some mute. You need some mute. That's a copyright strike. Yeah, that's copyright. That's copyright.
It's on a bit of transfer news. You can take it with a pinch of salt.
What's the transfer news?
So whatever. You can take it with a pinch of salt and talk sport. But they say Liam Delap is closing in on a. This is 2 hours ago. Is closing on a move to Stamford Bridge after giving the green light. The Blues are confident the England 21 striker will sign and will cost just 30 million thanks to his Ipswich release clause.
Yes.
So they're pretty confident. They said at the start of the week that because after Sunday that we moved ahead of Man United.
There's also a new Pies tweet as well, by the way. Marshall Pies tweet.
I was over here gonna be like all good cop and shit. Like, is he too young to drink?
Been here before with the benefactors and the victims of. Oh, this player's definitely coming and just take it with a pinch of salt. But they seem to be confident as 2 hours ago. And
Marshall, here, put this on screen, bro. This just tweeted from Pies, bro. Just tweeted.
Yeah. So,
Fabrizio said it.
Yep, Fabrizio said it. Yep.
Oh, fuck, hold
the Delap thing is
wrong window.
I have no problem with Delap as a player, as a transfer. He just cannot be the only striker.
I agree. Like, this is the thing.
Fuck Enzo if we do that.
I'll say this because people really don't like Delap for whatever reason, and people keep cooking me because I want him as one of my options. The thing with Delap is that I think he does everything that Jackson does and better, and on top of it, he's done it for Ipswich, right? I agree with what Surfer is saying, though. If we were to get rid of Jackson and we bring in Delap, I don't think that moves the needle at all. If anything, I think we get stuck in that same position where if Delap goes in bad form, we have no one to rotate him for, and that was the biggest issue with Jackson.
I mean,
sorry, Marshall. I know Scott's probably thinking. I disagree with him in terms of move the needle. I think he's a box presence. I think he's a.
I think he holds up better.
I think he holds the ball up better. He's a better finisher. The only thing is that better technique. The only thing that goes against him, and it's not even him, is that Jackson would be the option, and I don't like that option. That would be the thing.
Go for it, Scott.
Do you know what I mean? I think he comes in and he starts ahead of Jackson. If those two.
I agree, but I think the issue I have with it is if we're getting two strikers, the other one's going to be Ekatike. Ekatike will be the starter, which I think they'll actually be the starter in that scenario. But Ekatike will, because the price you pay. So I think the Lap is, of the three we're looking at, I think the Lap's the best. I would. Like perfect scenario is you get the Lap as the backup and you go and get someone like Gyökeres or David or what's his face, Osimhen as the starter, but they won't do that. So whatever.
No,
yeah,
I've given up on Osimhen.
Yeah, I've given up all three of them, bro. Like, we're getting two of these three.
So I just had a question on this news. The way this is phrased,
yeah,
I'm
not listening. Go on, CB.
No, sorry. I was just saying the way this is phrased, it just seems like it's going to be one because I think Delap is a priority. Chelsea have others like Ekatike on the list if Delap don't clap. We all are thinking we're going to get both of them, but now it seems like it's Delap for sure, and Ekatike is a backup if Delap collapses.
It could be as a backup.
I think the way this sounds to me, which is I hope the way they do it, but it kind of doesn't make sense what you're paying. But it's also not my money, so who cares? Is Delap is the number one going into next season, and then if you get rid of Jackson, then Ekatike comes in as the second choice. Is the way I look at it.
Also, though, Scott, remember, I think they.
Wait, is this Hugo?
I think they're talking about this as in the striker just before the Club World Cup. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get one of them in before the club. They want one in before the Club World Cup, don't they? They want one in.
And I think for me. I think the reason I think Delap is number one is because he's going to be the number one is because he's the one they're going for in terms of if we get the striker we get in before the Club World Cup should be the guy who's going to be the number one next season because they need the most time to be with the squad, to learn the system, to gel with the players, to start immediately come the start next season. They cannot be the player you get after the Club World Cup where they got like 3 weeks to learn.
Yeah.
That can be the backup if Jackson leaves. That says to me. That's why I think the Lap is. That's why I think the Lap is who they're viewing as the number one next season, which I'm fine with. Like I said, of the two, of him and Ekatike, he's my starter. I think he fits the system better. I think the transition is a lot easier. I think it's just he should be the starter. It's just money.
His style of play fits the other players.
The timing of that report about Jackson, not feeling, the timing of it is very interesting. Day of the final, or day before, him ask his representatives to look elsewhere. I think it's very, very interesting, the timing of that. Do you know what I mean? It's not after the final or after we sign someone. It's price, obviously. Yeah, price is obviously it's the opportunity.
£30 million release clause.
Again.
That's fair, but at the same time, for me, if that's the case, like I understand that and I agree, but I also think if Ekatike was the number one or the guy they had in their mind, like 80 mil, yeah, like it's between about 70 and 80 mil. They want 100 million euros.
Why don't I don't understand? Like, why doesn't the club look at Gyökeres for 65 million? Does it not make sense to go?
No idea. Genuinely,
genuinely for me, the only reason why I must imagine is that they've already gotten word that he's probably looking at Arsenal, or that the Arsenal and them already have something in the background set up.
What do they have?
I think apparently, I don't know how true this is. Apparently, him and Win Stanley had a big falling out of Brighton, which is part of the reason why he left Brighton, because he got promised things that he didn't get delivered on him by Win Stanley. Apparently, I don't know how true that is, but apparently that's part of it. Which, if that is Win Stanley, you're an absolute criminal. By the way, you're an absolute criminal. Add that to the list of crimes.
Baggage.
Yeah, that's the thing to me. As I was just gonna say is, if you're just getting the Lap in because he's the he's the easier to do, and he's going to be the number 2 next season. For me, you still need to get the number 1 in before the Club World Cup as well, because I don't want to get your number 1 coming in 2 weeks before the start of the season. And then
I'm telling you, I'm legitimately telling you,
because they're trying to learn the system. Like that.
The only reason that makes sense why no top club is going in for Gyökeres is because he's already has something agreed in the background with Arsenal. He's not turning his head anywhere but Arsenal. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Hey, look at Willian. Look at Willian. He turned his head last second. He did.
Can I add on to this?
If you know, you know. Man.
I do think, and this could just be me speaking on this, I do think there is weight to the belief that it's just risky to be caught up with the GNA from attackers that are coming out of Liga NOS. Because I think a lot of people, this is my argument for it, and it's been you guys know this already, this has been my argument for Gyökeres and why I don't want him. I think people look at what happened with Darwin Núñez and the hype that was surrounding him, the GNA he had from that league, and people are going to say, oh, but this is different, he's breaking more records, he came from Coventry first and all this and that. Cool. He's still doing what he's doing and impressing and wowing everyone, but only Arsenal are really seriously in for him.
I hope you're right, Marshall. I hope you're right.
No, I understand that.
I hope right too.
If he goes to Arsenal and stinks up, I pray you're right.
Listen, if he comes to Chelsea, I'll back him. If he comes to Chelsea, I'll back him.
Yeah, I know you're backing.
It's not like we're paying over 100 mil for him. Like, listen, with Osimhen.
Marshall. By the way, sorry to interrupt. I understand your point about Núñez. Núñez was not putting up these numbers. Like these numbers, Gyökeres is putting up.
He has 100 goals in 2 seasons.
Yeah, he's got 97 goals in 102 appearances across 2 seasons. That's insane.
He has He has 39 goals in 33 games in the league.
Núñez. Everyone talked about that first season, or that season before he bought him, where he got 20. I'm looking at it. He got 20. Oh fuck, I lost it. 24 goals, I think it was, in the league. 26 in the league, 34 in all comps. The season before, he got 9 in the league. So he only had that one season. Gyökeres has done better in both seasons. Like, he has put numbers in both seasons. That's why, for me, it's a bit different. And the thing for me with Gyökeres,
there is a tax that. Go ahead.
No, I think there's other things. Number one, Gyökeres already understands the league, understands the country, so he hasn't got to get used to that as much.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Understands the physical. When I say league, I mean physicality.
Yeah, physicality. Yeah. Because he's playing championship.
Translation with the championship. So I think you worry about that less. The Gyökeres thing just doesn't make sense to me.
I'm telling you, bro. It's only Arsenal. The fact that no other team. It's fact he has something agreed with Arsenal, bro. I'm telling you, he has something agreed with Arsenal. That's why no team is touching it.
You still agree with a club and change, like go to another one.
The other thing I was gonna say, you talk about risk. I understand that. To me, there is no Gyökeres. Despite what you want to say about that league, Gyökeres at 60-something million, wherever his release clause, who's getting 97 goals and 102 appearances, is less of a risk than an 84 million or whatever it is, 15 league goal Ekitike, who's 22.
Yeah.
And after Marmoush left, fell off the cliff. 5 goals since February, since Marmoush left.
No, and that's why I'm hesitant on Ekitike as well. But at least from Ekitike, listen, as much as you want to say Bundesliga tax, what it really is with Bundesliga is Chelsea picking Bundesliga players tax. Because honestly, when Man City get Bundesliga players, they fucking slap. They really do. Gundogan, you got Marmoush now, Erling Haaland. Who else came from Bundesliga?
I mean, KDB. He came from between Chelsea.
KDB too. He came from Bundesliga.
I don't know why we just don't slap in a bid for Mateta. I really don't.
That too.
I wouldn't mind
him. I wouldn't mind him.
He cost around the same. He's got 1 year left on his contract. He cost around the same.
Hold up. This is why 27. There you go. That's dead. You already know we're not doing 27-year-olds. That's why I'm telling you, most everything that you're saying. Why haven't we? I feel like has an answer. But Mateta is 27. They're not doing that. The reason with Gyökeres, I'm telling you, the only thing that makes sense, because the question isn't just us. Remember, it's the same thing with Kvaratskhelia, right? We were like, why is nobody else going after Kvaratskhelia? Because he already agreed with PSG. He wanted to go PSG, right? No other team even tried, because I'm sure they called the agent and the agent said, don't even bother. We're only going PSG. So if that's the case, it's the same thing with Gyökeres, but I'm telling you, Gyökeres already agreed with Arsenal. Every time somebody calls, the agent just says, stop it, we're going Arsenal, leave it alone.
Here's the thing that would actually make more sense this transfer window. Forget about Etikite.
Yeah.
Sign the lap. And I know we're not going to sign his player, but you sign an Embremo because he's 25. Yeah, he's 25, it's gonna be 50 mil, and he's a goal scoring threat. He's like another striker essentially. He's played striker. Do you know what I mean? But he can play off. So you actually do that, and you actually save yourself money as well. His wages, of course, his wages will increase, but it won't be like huge. Do you know what I mean? He actually fits the profile of an opportunity and what this we go. He's 25. You know what I mean? He's good. He's good to go. You know what I mean? I mean, he could come in on the right. You could have Esteban in the background acclimatizing to Europe and stuff like that, and Bremo could hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? He provides another threat with the lap. It's not all on the lap. You got Mbeumo. It's a dual threat essentially. Stuff like that. It's too logical. But we're not.
I was going to say the other thing for me with the striker thing, and I agree, Andrew, with what you said in terms of and they keep doing this, and I hope at some point the penny does drop with this of like the reason why you go and get someone like a Mateta with a Delap is twofold. Number one, they're not the same age group. We're buying two strikers. If we buy the two strikers we're linked with, they're both 22. They're both the same age. They both also are heavily involved. They're the starting strikers for both their U21's international team. They're both going to be one of starting, especially from a Delap point of view. He has a real shot of being England's number one in a couple of years when Kane and Tony retire. These are guys that they're going to need to be playing week in, week out to develop the way you want. They can't both develop unless you're going to switch to two strikers, which we won't with. So if you sign someone like a Mateta, that's someone who can start the season, that's fine. In a year or two's time, potentially, he can drop out, Delap can go number one. Mateta's also a guy where he's not an Osimhen where he's untouchable and he can't come out of the team and is going to play 3,000 minutes a season. You can take him out of the team for a Delap. So you can play Delap in some games. If you haven't, and this is probably where the Osimhen thing kind of doesn't make sense, if you are going to get Delap, Osimhen, if he comes in, or Gyökeres is going to play 3,000 minutes. That means Delap is going to get 500 minutes. So that's what, like...
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I say, like, I understand why we probably do need two strikers, but they need to... It has to be one of Ekitike or Delap and then an older. Because otherwise it just does... The dynamic just doesn't work.
But that's why I think even like I like Mateta, I'd sign him, but it's like even like the Mbeumo thing even makes more sense because you could even play him up front sometimes by himself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's done it for Brentford, but it takes the pressure off of the lap because you got a goal scoring threat there. There was so much pressure on Jackson because apart from Palmer, there's no threat on the wings. There's no goal scoring threat on the wings whatsoever. Whereas this guy Mbeumo, I mean, he's hit 20 goals last season. He regularly, for the last 3 seasons, he's regularly gone over 20 GNA in the league. You know what I mean?
Another thing about
without Ivan Toney for the last 2 years.
That player Mbeumo, and having
this
seen
makes
him
too
in
much
person,
sense, but we're not even linked.
It makes a lot of sense, and this is also another aspect of it too that I wanted to mention. Like we talk about all this. Oh, we're not linked with him, and no one's linked, and I even said that with Gyökeres, Osimhen, and stuff. There's also the factor of we don't know what's happening in the background. There could be, deals happening.
Oh, it's the Neto thing. Do you remember the Neto thing last year?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. With Neto, it happened with Lavia too the season before, where we were linked with him, and then the links died off. No one talked about it, and then after Caicedo was done, boom! All of a sudden, Lavia was done the week after, or actually the following few days. So it could be something that it's being worked on in secrecy. Who knows? That's me being hopeful, really. But with Mbeumo, it would make a lot of sense for the club. And on top of it, having seen him in person, he would fit Chelsea so perfectly and the Premier League because he's physical.
He's a beast. He's a powerhouse.
He's got that Reece James build to him.
He can head the ball. He's
brilliant.
It'd be another goal scoring. We need more goal scoring threats.
Let me ask the panel this.
Palmer and Jackson's goals dried up. We had nothing. We had nothing in the second half of the season.
How many goals Palmer end on the season? Like 15, 16?
A lot of our hold up injury because a lot of our goals second half of the season, a lot of our goals have been coming from midfield and defense.
Cucurella, man.
Midfield and defense.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'll ask you guys this.
I think it'd be mad. I think if we let him go to Newcastle, I think that's.
Oh no, yeah, that's the wing I want as well. Yeah, like why don't we try to look for him as well? Like he's done really good this year.
I think that's such a. I think people letting him go to Newcastle.
I pay 70 mil for this guy.
Who?
Easy.
Who?
The Brentford winger. The Brentford one. Yeah,
yeah. He's only going to cost 50.
Yeah, we've been talking about it.
70. He's only
50.
Only 50 for him.
Yeah, he's on the last contract.
Just buy him, man. Like it's worth the risk. Like he had a hell of a year.
It makes too much sense. Makes too much sense. Opportunity.
But how about
opportunity right there in your back, literally in your backyard. Literally.
Let me ask you guys this.
He doesn't even have to move. He can move to the top if he wants, but he doesn't literally have to move where he lives in London. He doesn't have to move.
That is also
You know
true.
what I mean?
Let me ask you guys this question.
I mean, he probably accept it easily.
In terms of other options as well, because I still think it should be 2 strikers, unless we get an out and out like Osimhen's type, right? How do you guys feel about potentially going back for Matisse Tell after his loan is over now with?
No.
Marshall. That forget how good we think he is. Doesn't fix any of the issues we just talked about. He's the same age group as the Delap, so that doesn't fix that issue. I don't know what his best position is, so that's an issue. Even if his position is striker, he's not clinical, so that doesn't fix that issue. He's not a physical presence, it doesn't fix that issue. He's not a heading, he's not aerial threat. It doesn't fix any issues we have. Forget how good he is. He could be incredible. It doesn't fix any issues. It literally doesn't fix any issues.
I say it again, from anyone from Tottenham, I'm taking Brennan Johnson.
Fuck off.
Anyone from Tottenham, I'm taking. Like the rest of them.
No, hold on. Stop. If it's anyone from Tottenham, I'm taking Romero. If it's anybody from Tottenham, I'm taking Romero. That's it.
My bad. Yeah,
that's the only person I'm taking from Tottenham.
There are.
This brother.
I'm back on that one.
There are comfortable 10 players probably I take from Tottenham. I'm taking either of the 2 centre backs. I'm taking.
No, sorry, yeah. I mean, Romero.
I'm taking Bergvall. I'm taking.
Would you take
Yeah, I take.
No, I would.
You know, by the way, the guy that was in the Betis midfield, they're number 4. He's a Tottenham player technically. He's on loan, or they have a buy option. I take him over Brennan Johnson. He's not even a Tottenham player technically yet. No.
I don't know. I definitely take Romero. I wouldn't take Van der Ven because the injuries would scare me. But Van der Ven's obviously class 2. But no, I meant from attackers, I guess, because Solanke's awful. Tao has not done anything for Tottenham this season really. Their best attacker this season has actually been Brennan Johnson. But no, I don't want. He's way down the list if I was going to take one in general. I'm just saying from Tottenham.
I'm going to go, fellas. Enjoy the rest of your night. Like and subscribe.
The Brennan Johnson talk was
enjoy it. It was. I couldn't. Yeah, Scott. I don't care what anyone says right now. That was the wrong BJ to talk about, and I'm going right now. So.
Fair, bro.
Fuck's sake. Shit. It wasn't that deep, man.
Hey, Mourinho came out with some comments. I'm gonna share it with you guys.
Who? Sorry.
Jose.
Good night, man.
Have a good night. Jose. Man.
I seen this before, yeah. I mean,
for Emerson, only him can say. What means for me means my big tattoo on my arm, because I'm the only one to do it. I think Chelsea is a club that wants to win Champions Leagues, not conference leagues, but it's a trophy. And to be the only club in the world to get all 3 is amazing. What means for him?
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's
not wrong.
I know the players will want to win.
That.
I know the manager and the players will, but will this ownership actually back them to try win it? That's the question.
No excuse, bro. When it comes down to Maresca, by the way, Maresca not only achieved all of their targets, but he achieved it with what we acknowledge is a squad that has a ton of holes in it. There's no excuse.
He achieved it ahead of time, according to him.
They have no excuse, bro.
He was given 2 seasons to get to this point, and he did it in 1. Again, people want to talk about, Maresca this, Maresca that. oh, why are we, where are the standards of the club? Why are we celebrating this and that? Because it was against the odds. A lot of people were not expecting Chelsea to be here at the end of the season. To exceed expectations, anyone in any form of life, if you ever exceed expectations, you're probably going to be proud of it. So I think it's safe to say, like, as Chelsea fans, most of us are pretty fucking proud that Maresca has exceeded the expectations. Like we said earlier in the stream, I think we went into this season not knowing what the fuck was going to happen. Not knowing, like, is this the right move? Like, fuck, we're going to go for an inexperienced manager. We just sacked Poch after he had what looked like he was turning it around. You know, we're going to sack him now. And mind you guys, like, the way Maresca went about it too, and I got to give massive respects to this, and I think those of you who have been watching Chelsea for a while understand what I'm coming from with this. Bro, Chelsea has always been a club that gained a lot of success off of defensive performances. Like, we have always been, like, always, you know, ridiculed to an extent and labeled as a defensive team. But guess what?
Boring Chelsea, bro. That's what they called us.
The way we've won UCLs, the way we won trophies, the way we kind of established an identity under Jose Mourinho was defensive football. Park the bus, be really defensive. And it's not the, you know, prettiest way to win games. It's not the prettiest way to play football. But at the end of the day, it got us the results. And at the end of the day, who gives a shit how we get the results? Our trophy cabinet speaks for itself. And for Maresca to come into this season, and after the season we just had with Pochettino, where we conceded the most goals Chelsea has ever conceded in its history, which, as a team that is known and a team that has an identity for defensive football, that in itself is damning. For him to come into this season and succeed the way he has with the third best defense, yet some fans are still out there saying, oh, fuck Maresca and Maresca ball. Oh, fuck this ball, cunt, all this and shit. Shut the fuck up, dude. Those people, to me, I'm sorry. Like, if you can't back the club because an American owns it, if you can't back the club because it's not your manager, I'm sorry. I just don't think you're a Chelsea fan. At the end of the day, I back Chelsea, whether it be a manager I don't like, whether it be an owner I don't like. I want the club to succeed. But some of you guys, and not you guys in the panel, and not even a lot of you guys in the chat, some of you guys just don't care for that. You just want to be right. You don't care about the badge you claim you support. You don't care about the team. You just care about having things done the way you want, like it's FIFA. This ain't a game, man. These people get paid. These people have lives. These people need to earn something out of this. These people go through a lot of stress and anxiety to get to this point. So, I mean, on that topic too, I wanted to bring up about the season as a whole. And again, I did talk about this over on the Sideline View. One thing I wanted to mention was, I think this season in general has been one big, gigantic learning experience for the whole team and Maresca. From the beginning, where Maresca kind of saw, like, okay, I see what this team could do. I see how they could, you know, shape out offensively. I see we have players that can score goals. Palmer, when you give him space, he can get you on transition. Jackson can score goals off transition. Nani, all these players, we got pace. We have a great counterattack. That's cool and all, but fuck, we suck at defense. Fuck, Sanchez keeps fumbling it. Damn it, Fofana is like really nervy back there, and Levi maybe not ready. And I said this earlier in the season, you guys remember, is I don't think we're in a title race because I feel like at any point, our defense is going to expose us. We need to work on our defense because, yeah, we're scoring goals, but we're not able to win games 1-0. We go through the bad patch of form. I think Maresca in that bad patch of form learns, okay, these are the deficiencies in the club. This is what I need. This is what we got to work with the board to have backups for this, because when I don't have Lavia, this is what happens. When I don't have Fofana, this is what happens. When I don't have a striker, this is what I have to do. We learned a lot about, like, how bad the team can get when we don't have certain positions and we don't have proper recruitment. And I think that was a learning experience as well for the directors and the ownership. Now we get to the end of the season. And Maresca figured out a way to keep us defensively solid. We're now winning games 1-0. The one thing I said we weren't able to do earlier in the season. We're now keeping more clean sheets. Even Robert Sanchez is looking like a decent goalkeeper to the point where you guys laughed at me, but I said,
Careful.
Careful
what you say next.
Okay.
Yeah, careful what you say next.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Scott. You see what I'm like, careful.
What I said, you guys laughed at me, but I said, bro, just play him, put him on display so that we could sell him and scam someone out.
Well, then we don't sell him.
Because I hope we sell him. I think we can sell him. There's already a tweet. I read it somewhere where I think I retweeted it, where they're saying like it's a possibility we could sell him. Like it's not.
To whom?
Yeah. Mud on your face if we don't know. Mud on your face.
Bro, we just played against Betis who had Adrian. You don't think Robert Sanchez is better than Adrian?
No, I don't. Number
what's
one.
What's happened? Sanchez wants to stay.
Number two. Marshall, we've had this conversation. No, we've had this conversation before.
The last 10 games, Robert Sanchez has been decent. I think people can see that a keeper can have a bad patch, which I don't think he's a bad patch keeper. I just think he's not a great keeper at all.
Marshall, 2 questions. Number one, these are linked. Okay, let's say we sell Sanchez. How much do you think we sell him for?
Just 20 mil, something like that. Yeah,
20
I don't
mil.
think it has to be like that much profit.
Okay. How many teams in La Liga do you think have spent 20 million on their goalkeeper?
Bro, how cheap are keepers nowadays? They're not cheap.
Answer the question. How many keepers in La Liga?
No, I don't keep track of the 20 teams
it's not
in La Liga.
good, Marshall. I'll tell you that. It's not good.
3. It's like 3.
Courtois 30-something mil.
It's Courtois, it's Oblak, and it's to Stegen, I think.
I think we're in a different time where now these keepers can go for a little.
No, we're not.
Nah, they won't. Different time. They won't pay over 20. There's no way. Or 20.
Magnan is going for over 80.
You'd be lucky to get around 12,
went for 50. How much did we pay for Jurgensen?
Wait. Who'd you say?
Mamardashvili, I think, went for 50.
You're comparing, number one, you're comparing players that got bought out of that league. I'm talking about La Liga keepers being bought in that league.
But you know I don't mean just La Liga. I'm just meaning in general. Somewhere of the 5 leagues, someone will buy Sanchez.
You're probably not selling him to anyone outside the Premier League.
Yeah, if we sell the Premier League, maybe we get 20. I can see that, but that's...
Someone will buy Sanchez. Mark my words. Someone will buy Sanchez.
I don't think
it'll be Brighton. I don't know who Brighton has right now, but someone will buy Sanchez.
Let's offer
and the
not
thing
enough
is too,
sells and we give him money.
You look at the last half of the season where Sanchez has been decent enough. That is generally that's the majority of the season where he's been decent, and the minority has been those shitty games where he's cost us 12 points, 15 points. Keepers make mistakes. I'm not saying he's great. I'm just saying you can get away with it. You can sell it. If Liverpool were able to sell Adrian or able to sell the other keepers, there's other keepers, they will go. Regardless, my point being is that.
No, I don't know how much. Okay. He wouldn't have gone for much if he did.
I don't know if he went on a free or not. I believe he
Adrian did go on a free.
But we can probably get rid of him. All right. And on top of it, there are worse keepers than him. And his name starts with an O and ends with an A. And rhymes with Fofana.
I guess,
but my point being is that defensively, we shaped up. We shaped up so much so that there are people literally out there defending Sanchez.
Third best defense in the league with Sanchez.
I'm not one of them. All I'm saying is that we were able to turn it around, and in this whole entire journey of the season, I think Maresca's learned a lot. And I think next season, if Maresca is as good of a coach as we hope he will be, I say we hope we will be. I'm not saying he is. We hope he will be. He takes the best of both, the attack in the beginning of the season, the defense at the end of the season, and we can have a fucking killer team. I really hope that's what happens.
That depends on our owners still. Because, if we just get the lap and that striker from obviously the Bundesliga who scored, 15 goals, I don't think that's going to be enough to attack, Wise to help us like that. Unless we get a goal-scoring winger, maybe it'd be enough. But, it just depends how they... strengthen up as well, because they don't need to go that many positions. We just need a centre back, I think, and a winger and a striker mainly. Because I think I want to see what Petrovic does bring him to the Club World Cup and see what he does there as well, because Petrovic has had a hell of a season, I heard, and he was their player of the season, right? Goalkeeper, so
yes,
he's clearly doing something great for him as well. Like, there's a few good players in there as well, so yeah. It just depends how our owners strengthen up. That's all. Because I don't want to like screw over Enzo Maresca because he's done everything he could. He got us top 4. He got us a trophy. He's managed the players pretty well with the injuries. Like, they haven't had any too concerning.
He's also gotten the best out of the $100 million signings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's improved.
That is true.
He saved Cucurella's career, I think, as well. So Navy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cucurella's a great player regardless, but like. Maybe saving career is a bit too much, but I'm just saying, like, under this Chelsea team, like, he wasn't obviously doing much because either you had, like, Poch, who didn't really rate him, or, like, before that, he wasn't doing so hot. You see, with this manager, he really rates him, and he's, like, made him a better player.
I forgot about this. Yeah, he had to deal with a lot of shit this season, too. In the beginning of the season with the whole Enzo thing. Yeah, there was a lot that Maresca had to deal with from the jump. Like, also, remember the beginning of the season, guys? People were singing Conor Gallagher's song and all this shit. They didn't like him.
Oh my god! Bro.
He turned around and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, people weren't happy with the football and stuff. Like, he really went through a lot of adversity this season, and I think it does. Excuse me. I think it does get undermined a lot, and it really shouldn't. You guys want to look at some of the goals?
Oh yes. Run me the Caicedo goal, man. Just run me the Caicedo goal, man.
There's a few goals.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is no, but by the way, there's a reason I put my shirt the other way, bro. Because this brother showed up and called game.
He did as well.
He single-handedly called game because he was like, you know what, bro? I'm taking the ball and I'm driving towards the goal, bro. It was crazy. First of all, look at that progression, by the way. Do you see, by the way, just for the Arsenal fans, do you see what it looks like when a DM progresses the ball and passes forward? Just so you guys know, by the way. Progresses and then passes it forward. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I'm going to remember all those frauds that didn't want to put him in team of the season.
Yep.
I'm still so butthurt by that, yes.
It's what it is, you know, like.
Tielemans made it over him in some of them.
Tielemans was criminal.
Rice made it over the
by the way, the only correct answer was a double pivot of Gravenberch Caicedo. For anybody who knows ball, that was the correct answer.
The only correct answer for team of the season for midfield is Gravenberch, Caicedo, and McAllister. That's the only answer.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Yes, that's elite ball knowledge, Scott. That's elite ball knowledge, bro. That's exactly what it is, bro. There's nothing else. Because by the way, respectfully, by the way, no other 10 in the league deserves it. Like 10s in the league this season.
Yeah, Cole Palmer dropped off.
That's even what I'm saying, bro. We're not doing number 10. So McAllister.
Be so real.
I'm there.
Even some people want to argue for Cunha. Bro, Cunha got himself sent off and suspended how many times this season?
He's been decent, pretty good though. Like, but yeah, not enough.
Performances have been good, but that counts.
Also, respectfully, we have to stop. But yes, but also we have to stop doing this where it's like when you are performing massively in a big team, it weighs more than performing in a relegation 100%. Team. Respectfully, just respectfully.
Yeah, unless you're putting up like Palmer numbers like he did last season. Like if Cunha had done that, then we can have the conversation.
Fair enough, exactly. But he didn't, bro. He didn't. Look at this, bro. Look, he smacked that shit. Look,
link up.
But no, their link up this game was amazing, bro. They were playing through Betis, but bro, look at the way he smacked it. It was crazy. By the way, is he ever? I just need you guys, but this is back-to-back seasons that the last goal of the season has been a Caicedo goal.
That's what I mean. This ownership.
This is back-to-back seasons. The last goal of both seasons has been a Caicedo goal.
This ownership has actually built amazing midfield. Brought amazing.
We have one of the best midfields in world football. I don't care.
Can you just go over the finish line and get a striker and get a goal-scoring winger, maybe? And this team would be cooking, I reckon, in the Champions League as well. Like I'll be real, like.
And that's
obviously no offense. Like you got Inter and PSG in the final. Why? Like if you get like I don't know Jokeris or Osimhen and then like Mbembo on the wing or something or Rodrigo.
Even if we lose in UCL in like the later stages, like I'll still be so happy just to see this team play in like one of the biggest tournaments. Like,
bro, Caicedo clamps in the UCL, bro.
We saw some of these games and we're just in a trance watching Barcelona Inter. It's like the drama.
But you legitimately you could hear Like nobody was moving, by the way, in the bar when we were watching that, bro.
Yeah,
like you could
a
hear
fucking pin
somebody breathe,
drop.
but everybody's like,
yeah,
it's
it was just
crazy.
so tense. Like when Acerbi scored that last minute goal, like it was like everyone was like, no, like I just want to have that again, but for Chelsea, just like the drama and the high intensity, the tension, like
bro,
just,
first Palmer goal and first
I miss
Palmer
that.
Chelsea goal in the UCL, bro, will be there, man.
Oh, that's gonna hit like crack.
It's gonna hit like crack. I'm telling you, it's hitting like crack, man.
This is
Bro,
what I
I
was want to do is
remember- I
build around the
remember-
pit battle around Cole Palmer
Chris,
because
do you
I'm
remember-
sick of trying to rely on Cole Palmer to get all the goals.
Chris, do you remember when we won the UCL? Like we were all watching it on Discord, and the celebrations were insane.
Wait,
insane.
wait, say that again.
When we won the UCL, when Havertz scored that goal,
I think there's a few people crying, man. Like, I remember, like there was like a very emotional.
Like it's just the emotion of a UCL match is so much more intense. Like don't get me wrong, I was happy that we won this game and we scored a goal, but it felt like a Premier League game to me. It was just like, yeah, there we go, big up the, but like when it's UCL, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. When it's UCL, I'm last minute hat trick against Man United with Palmer. That's me. Like I am screaming on top of my lungs. It's insane.
Also, by the way, for the people who are like, oh, like what is Chelsea gonna do in the UCL, bro? Like you realize, like we're not facing like, like in the UCL, we're not doing like Madrid, Inter, Barca, right? In the group stages, like we are most likely going to make it to the later stages.
Oh yeah,
like,
we're getting
people
past
realize
group
this, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. People are acting like we're gonna get bounced out, like we're United or something.
And then we see who we're going to knock out. Like we can get lucky and get a few easier teams, and
That's
maybe
what I'm
do
saying.
it.
And even then, I think there's a lot of teams, bro. Like for example, like that's what I said. No, we could even make it quarters, bro. I'm telling you, like you could get a Comlo Dortmund or something. I'm telling you, bro, it's possible.
Yo, that
Also,
KDH
us
double
winning-
tap X pass.
If I've seen us win with Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Mason Mount, anything's
I know.
possible.
Yep.
Thank you. Exactly. Say that, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen that attack
Yo,
when
CP,
Champions League.
that KDH double tap X bounce pass.
Look at that, bro. Look at that.
Wait, no. Marshall, say his name
No,
properly.
fuck you. I'm not saying it, bro.
Hey, well, come on, one time. It's
I
the
have to
final.
respect
Come on,
an
you
actual
fraud.
legend, bro.
Who gives a fuck? It's called slander. My God, why are we can't?
Conference
You know, Chelsea
KDB.
legend.
Conference League KDB.
There you go. Let's
There you go.
fucking
Conference
man.
League
Let's go.
KDB.
Conference League.
This is ridiculous, bro.
Nah, hold
That
up. No,
double
respect
tap-
them all though, bro. Conference League KDB.
You had a good round. You had a good tournament.
Dude, he had a good tournament.
He had a good conference.
If he stays, I'm okay. Like I'm not gonna sweat.
We just
it.
don't need him to stay though, do we?
We don't need
The
him
issue,
to stay.
the
We
issue,
don't
the
need
issue
him
with
to stay.
KDH is
We
that
got
he's
Santos
being,
coming in.
as I was saying, he's pushed out by Santos. That's his only issue. He pushed out by.
Like,
Santos. This season it was calm.
Tell him,
This season was
we need the
calm.
money. Like if we need like I don't know, help us get the money to get Jokeris.
Ask him if he wants to run it back with Leicester in the
This goal
championship,
was
bro.
Cold though. This goal.
It was
is
nice.
cold.
I don't get
It was nice, bro.
Sanchez though, because when he shoots, it bangs half the time. Like most of the time. Sorry.
That's why they
But then
always ask him to shoot. That's why the coaches
Yeah.
and everybody yelling him to
like,
shoot.
I don't understand
He's
if
gonna-
it's like confidence or like he just doesn't feel like he feels
He
it.
did
So
it
he's gonna get
intentionally.
shit.
What are you talking about?
He
Double tap
he no,
E.
he
That
overthinks
was-
it. That's the thing. He
It
overthinks
was a bit of a lucky assist, but like
No,
he
double
did it.
tap E. He did it on
Double
purpose. Chip pass.
Who the
Stop
hell
with the
plays with
double
a keyboard
tap
on
E.
FIFA? You psychopath.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. It was on the ground and then he
Double tap
chip passed it.
He definitely best. He flubbed it, bro.
Double
he
tap
flubbed
X.
It.
That's what I
He
meant.
flubbed-
I'm sorry.
You said E like it's a keyboard
Sorry,
or something.
sorry.
You
Double
that's
tap
why I
X,
beat you
double
so
tap
badly on
X.
FIFA, is it?
Fuck you, Chris.
You played with your keyboard.
Look at that. Look at that. It was on the ground. He double teed like a little chip shot. Like, oh shit, what do I do with a bounce? And boom, bro. Like, come on, bro.
It was a great goal. No, but we need to see these Palmer plays, bro. Because listen, shout out to the people who scored the two goals.
You've done your thing.
Bro, I need to see the Palmer though. That Palmer twist for the second goal, bro. He put that brother in a blender, bro. He spun him.
No, he did.
But I'm telling you, that defender, but that defender has never seen anything like that in his life, bro. He got left behind. Real talk.
Bro, even in the first half, Palmer was putting people in pretzels, bro. He was dribbling past people, but he just wasn't getting the ball in the final box. Which
I'm not gonna lie though, the Palmer in that second half on the right wing. I don't know, bro. Maybe Esteval can't have the 10. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
yeah, no, I need to see Palmer in the right wing again, because like I just don't want to have another season where I'm watching Palmer like this, knowing what he's capable of. Like I know he kind of gave up goals for assists this season.
You know what's crazy? He gave up goals for assists, and then the bums couldn't even get him that.
There's a times he can give a killer ball or something and nothing happens.
These bums couldn't even do that.
That's the thing. If you feed him with like a better striker, a better winger, like I won't have like a much issue with Cole Palmer as a 10 because then we'll have to rely on Cole Palmer to score all the goals because you can't rely on Jackson to score the goals. You can't rely on Sancho.
Oh my god,
Neto.
bro.
Madueke, I mean, he's your best other winger to get goals, I think, but that's by it.
It is, bro. It is, bro. This, bro, like the defender was not ready for this, bro. Look at this.
He did it with his right foot too, man, and he's best on his right side. He's so much better on the right side.
Look at that, bro. Oh my god.
Like Jackson didn't have to do anything. All he had to do was be in the right place.
Jackson just had. Jackson literally could have been a light pole and it would have gone in, bro. That's how good the cross was.
Like, for example, if any of us in the way, it's just coming off us and going in, and we scored.
The camera wasn't even focused on Jackson; it was focused on Palmer. But Jackson was like, "Yo,
look at me!"
Oh, it's such a better angle too.
Look at this.
No, like what he did was it was.
Look, I've told the defender was grabbing him and everything couldn't, bro. Come on, man.
He was really good today.
Look at this cross, bro.
It's insane.
Like that's like
lucky that wasn't a handball. We are lucky.
If he handballed it, man.
No, he wouldn't know.
He shouldered it. He shouldered it.
Yeah, if he did though, like after all that, because that cross was too like KDB, like just boot it into the.
No, that was good, bro. That was good. Oh man, bro, I'm so excited to watch everybody react and celebrate the Betis goal to then watch Chelsea pump them for 4, bro.
There was that Trey guy off Twitter, man. He was saying yes, like watching Chelsea lose.
No, you know what's even worse, bro? You know the what is that Kai D rider, bro? Clinical Kai.
Oh, him, yeah. I ain't seen him for a long time.
He just announced that he's giving up being an Arsenal fan. He said I was lying this whole time. I was pretending to be an Arsenal fan. I'm still a Chelsea fan. He wants to be back on this side, bro.
Oh, that guy is vanished since he did
like if that guy should go fuck himself.
Of course, bro. You think I'm joking? By the way, here, look. I'll show you guys, bro. Look, I'm saying right now. Look.
This is what I mean. This is what I don't like about the online community.
Look at this.
They're weird.
This guy is so cringe, bro.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, like this guy is weird.
Bro, like you're not invited back, bro.
You can't just change to Arsenal then.
You're not invited. That's like you're not invited back. You're not going to Arsenal and then coming back because Arsenal don't win anything.
And next 50. Why even saying they should?
I can't continue with this gimmick. Or what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's even worse because I think he posted absolutely shame. Look at this. Look at this. He's shameless. He posted this. You were literally supporting Arsenal. Bro, when Havertz scored against Chelsea,
I don't mean to disrespect, but that guy's on the spectrum.
Bro, no, bro, I'm telling you, like, this dude celebrated when Havertz scored against us last season. You're not invited back, bro.
Anyways, I think I might have blocked him. That's why I haven't seen him for a while. I don't know. I don't block people, but I think I might.
You know what's crazy? I blocked a ton of people, and then shout out Elon. He basically unblocked everybody on my block list, and now I see a ton of people that I blocked a long time ago pop up.
He actually unbanned my account actually as well. He did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he just cleared everything, man. He saved my old account.
You were banned for a hot minute.
I was banned because of Fred.
You criticized Fred.
The thing is, I played a video of a shitty ass pass, and it got me banned. It was over for me, man.
Fred versus Jorginho.
It wasn't even long, man. I was banned within like an hour, I think. It was.
I said banned. You know what's crazy too, bro? Like people were talking about, oh, Anthony's gonna cut and he's gonna curl it. Who hit the curler, bro? Which United Loney hit the curler, bro?
Oh, yeah, true. That's a good point. That's a good point. There's different levels to United Loneys.
There's levels to it, man. There's levels to it.
Oh my days. Yeah, boys. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I'm not entirely sure when the next time we're gonna be back here is gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be soon.
Probably. Yeah, I was about to say probably next year we go. Like within the week. Definitely within the week.
When we get the Delap bomb.
Transfer till town way as well. That's the thing.
Or the Champions League finals is happening on Saturday. So
because hold up,
oh my god,
Marshall. We're able to start registering players this Friday, bro. I'm telling you, it's a couple days. We're getting here we goes. In a couple days, we're getting here we goes.
So here's what I'm thinking. Saturday we'll react to the Champions League final. And then Sunday, we'll be back here to do a Casually Chelsea show just to talk about transfers and stuff. I got to really actually start thinking about this because, ladies and gents, if you were here this time last year, so big up EE. I think Xtal was here. I can tell because Cement Mixer Gang. We're going to bring back the Casually Chelsea Awards. So dapper up. That's going to be a great one. I'm going to send the...
I think it's
What do
like
you mean?
players. It goes to like players, is it? I forgot. Like it's been a while.
No.
Well, I'll remind you.
No, it's
But
not
I'll
to
send you
us,
guys
obviously.
your ballots. You're gonna vote, and we're gonna have a good show. So yeah, we'll do the Casually Chelsea Awards. I think I'm gonna save the reaction to our predictions till maybe closer to the beginning of the season. I haven't thought about it yet, but I gotta go over the pros and cons. So we'll get all that planned out. There'll be content here. I am planning to have some guests in for the for the Chelsea Hour. So plenty of content to come up. Don't tune out. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Over 100 of you have been watching, rightfully so. Welcome back. Welcome back to winning ways. Welcome back to trophies. Welcome back to completing the set. Well, not welcome back. Welcome to completing the set. Ladies and gents, if you got your Chelsea shirt on, if you got your Chelsea gear, tap that badge. I got the Enzo kit on. You know what I mean? Backing Enzo, great game today. Caicedo kit, Palmer, we got all the kits, man. But yeah,
I got
we've won it all, ladies and gents. We've won it all. So smash up the like button if you won it all as well. Subscribe if you are new here. More content will come. This is the one spot where you can get all of your transfer news in one show while you're working as a podcast type stuff. So go ahead and do that because we'll be here to, give you the news and talk about it and all that stuff. You guys already know how Casually Chelsea works. Yeah, he does. All these pictures are great, by the way. But yeah, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you know when we are live. Be sure to check out the links in the description for everyone's content as well as my own content. I have to go to band practice. My music also in the links down below. Also, be sure to check out the memberships. We have 4 different tiers starting at 99p. And ladies and gents, when you join at the proper casual tier and higher, I give shout outs to those members at the end of every show. And those shout outs are going to go out to Daniel, TM127, EE, Dark, Adrian, A. Solomon. Thank you guys so much for the support that you give to the channel every time. And big up to every single one of you as well that are members. Listen, Chelsea are back at the top. And we are going to try to take as many trophies while we're here. But ladies and gents, we're going to raid out to, I think Sarcasm City is still live. Let me just double check real quick. What is this crown thing I'm looking at?
I don't know.
This is a new little YouTube thing. All right, I'm not going to get the ADHD kicking in. Did you say he was live, CP?
Yeah, he's doing a fan call-in from what I'm seeing on my thing.
Cool.
Is it about Chelsea game?
We're going to have to let them know which United loanee turned up for this one. But yeah, smash up the like, guys. Subscribe, copy and paste the raid message. Let Sarcasm City know where you're coming from. It's been a pleasure. This season worked out great. Cheers to more trophies and more success going down the line. We'll see you again for the Champions League reaction on Saturday. And as always, guys, have a wonderful night. Stay casual. Peace out.
Peace.